But then you want to just paint the picture that Omar Gooding is on some suspect. And I ain't been on nobody's list, and I never will. Period. You ain't gonna find me but they gonna release the list. Well, you ain't gonna see Omar on there. You might see Cuba Gooding Jr. on there only because I'm not Cuba Gooding Jr. Just because they're your sibling don't mean you was cut from the same cloth.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just ain't real.
Real life street stars. You know what time it is.
Real life street stars. Hold on. We got him back.
Oh,
We back.
like I was running. We got him.
Yeah.
We caught it right before he hopped on the plane.
A celebrity status,
on now.
a highly acclaimed actor,
Come on now.
artist,
Come on now.
comedian.
Come on now.
Brother of a family, a son of a great.
That's what it is.
It's a lot.
I love it. Brother of a family. You're right. And
Brother
son
of a
great.
family.
Brother of a
Omar
family.
Gooding.
Hey, say hey. What's up, man? Good
It
to
was
see y'all, man.
somebody called you Omar Gooding Jr.
Oh, they sure did. Somebody called me Omar Gooding Jr. earlier today. I read him a riot act. I'm like, look, what? And it was not African American. Only us f- that up. I don't know why. Why do only us f- that up? The white folk don't. They understand that Junior is not part of a last name.
Why do you?
They can't pronounce ambulance.
It was Cameron, right? Who?
Cameron did. We jumped right into deep water. I love it.
Right
Now, look, this is what I'm gonna tell you about the Cameron situation. The man didn't do it purposely. He didn't say my name wrong purposely, but he said right. I should say that everything else was purposeful. You understand me? He's got his own podcast. He's got his own show, so he kind of says things they say. Now, the cool thing about it, this is why I've kind of diffused it, even though I have wrote 2 songs and they're in the chamber. But the reason why I kind of haven't released them yet is because I saw what he was getting at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he plugged 2 individuals that were in a movie with him called Percentage. Anybody in here see Percentage? Did y'all see
not
Percentage?
seen Percentage, but I know
Have you seen it since you saw the thing? You saw the movie? Yeah, it's actually a good film.
Yes.
Now, the thing about Cameron in that film is he wasn't paid in full Cameron. He was paid in full part 2 20 years later. That's why we shouldn't do sequels to everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't do sequels. Well, maybe what part 2? Knock it the f off. Have you seen Big Range lately, nigga? No, exactly. That's why we ain't doing part 2. You know what I mean? Tyrese loses his goddamn mind every 12 days. We ain't doing part 2, nigga. It's not happening. That Taraji won
Jody, 20 years
$15 million a picture. Nigga, come on, baby girl. We can't do part 2. John Singleton gone. Nigga, knock it off. But, some things you shouldn't do a sequel to. But Percentage 1 was a very good film, and he shot it out the 2 top actors. When you look at the poster for it,
yes.
It's me, Ving, and him on there.
Exactly.
But Ving can't put 2 sentences together unless it says Arby's in it. So we got to leave him all the way out of that. And then, and me and Tyrese, we got our issues, but we grown now.
We're gonna talk about them issues, but
You could try.
let's do it like this. We can try. Let's do it like this. One thing
I don't like talking about people if they ain't in the room to defend themselves, but I will tell my story and tell my side.
And
if
we'll
you
go
present
from
the question, we'll go from there.
So speaking of that, we had
He said in a minute.
we had to jump right into
In a
it
minute,
because
nigga.
there was a situation where we interviewed Jaguar Wright. She spoke on you, and you weren't here yet. We brought you in following a couple of days, put your interview out and then hers out. And I think we had a conversation like, man.
Well, I think you put hers out before you put mine out.
And
So I thought, maybe you did her interview and then it turned around quick and then you put mine out so you didn't hear the shit she was saying. And I was like, nigga, you should have brought me in immediately when she was, all right, so just to all the energy I'm gonna give to that because it was so egregious.
It was
It was just, I have a problem with y'all. We can move furniture if we need to. You got to check a motherfucker when they say something wrong.
Yeah,
when I be watching these other interviews, a nigga say something that's just not wrong and right in their opinion, but just factually wrong, you got to say, well, hold on. Can we talk about what sense it makes? She made a statement towards my father who is deceased and John Singleton who was deceased. Neither one of them could defend themselves. We ain't gonna go there. We ain't gonna go how egregious both of those statements were. But then you want to just paint the picture that Omar Gooding is on some suspect shit, and I ain't been on nobody's list, and I never will. Period. You ain't gonna find me when they gonna release the list. Well, you ain't gonna see Omar on there. You might see Cuba Gooding Jr. on there only because I'm not Cuba Gooding Jr. Just because they're your sibling don't mean you was cut from the same cloth. You can have a brother or a sister that you don't really f with, but you'll kill for them at the same time. That's just how that shit works. At least when you're black.
Yeah.
We be like, that, yeah, that. No, I can say that, not you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So the situation that she said, I was just like, just fact check that shit. She was like, well, Omar did some shit for the part and Tyrese wouldn't. But they best friends. They've been in 3 other movies together. That don't even make sense. And the they I'm talking about is Tyrese and John Singleton. They were thick as thieves. But they were on a different side. For me personally, just being honest, I smoked, I drink. I still smoke and drink shit. You know what I'm saying? That's not how he got down. That's not how Tyrese got down or John Singleton. We like, Snoop stepped right off the little bus that they pulled him up to do the scene. He passed me the ball. I said, my nigga, wait, nigga, we about to start working. Then he passed it to Ty and John. They were like, nah, I don't do that shit. They got all weird about it. I was like, all right. I saw the divide there for me. Now that's for me. If you don't do that, then I just don't fuck with you. That's just why, you know.
Behind closed doors?
Say it again?
Behind closed doors, maybe they...
Behind closed doors, what?
They might, the evil that do.
Be specific.
About drinking and smoking.
Yeah.
Why would you say the evils that do?
Because, we're about to go into Diddy next, but go ahead.
Well, because, because, I can attest to somebody and how they treat me. I can't tell you what they do when they leave me. My brother, I love him to death. He's 10 years older than me. 10 years older than me. I gotta understand what that means. If you got a little baby brother 10 years older than you ain't taking around all your friends and you ain't including them in all your shit. That's a whole nother generation. He's pop locking, I'm rapping. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole 10-year gap between the two of us. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, So, but I know how he is for me. Like when I was, little and I'd get into some shit, I'm gonna go get my brother. And he ran and chased down. You know what I'm saying? These niggas try to steal my little fancy bike I got excited about it. These motherfuckers chased me to the crib. I ran up, bro, he came running down. It was like, what, nigga, what are you yelling? Oh, shit, took off after these niggas. And then grown motherfuckers took off running. I'm like, that's my brother right there. Right? And then he walked back up to me. He said, what the f are you crying for? I'm like, nigga, I was happy until this, nigga. You know what I mean? Made me feel bad about crying. I'm like, oh, you right then, But that's my brother. What? But I can't attest to what the f he do behind closed doors. I attest to that. I can attest to how I feel about him and what I think, but I've also seen him do some shit that make no sense. Before all this shit started, this was on TMZ every weekend.
That's somebody bar.
Naked and screaming wild. And I call him like, nigga, what the f was that about? I'd show up at the bar after your brother just left. Stay off the tables and keep your clothes on. I will. Well, that's your brother. You gonna do it too? Fuck no. I don't move like you see the with me. We don't move like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was just gonna ask you. Like, there's a lot of shit your brother might get into that you might necessarily get into, but you always get wrapped up into it. Are you tired of that?
No, but I don't always get into it because real recognize real. You know what it is. What I just said is for people not in this room, even though y'all go exactly. But there's people watching this because y'all got a great following and salute to y'all. Salute to y'all. Yeah. I don't think I fully took it. That's why I put the tie on this time. I said, wait a minute, there's a lot of watching this nigga.
Yeah, you did a million views you did. Just at the
fans. No, but it does. Every time someone says something like, do you get tired of or do you this or that? No, absolutely not. That's what I do this for. I do it for the interaction with the fans. I do it to be out in public and someone say, hey, that's Omar Gooding. That's right. Nah, there go Omar Epps. Where, nigga? Oh, you talking about me? No, nigga, it's Gooding. It's Gooding. No junior.
There's too many Omars.
No, but no, seriously, if I have a problem with it, I'll stay my home. If I don't want to interact or if I don't want to get bothered by somebody, then I have security say keep them, blah, blah, blah. But that's not that's not how I roll.
So Omar, let me get your take on this because, just about an hour ago, so Jay-Z's situation, court case got dismissed. Where the situation, the alleged situation.
Good.
When you hear like a Jaguar Wright say things, when you hear people going after like Jay-Z, do you feel like right now there's a witch hunt for black celebrities?
It's not even right now. It's been happening for a while. What I want them to start doing is persecuting the accuser. There's got to be did you accuse somebody lately? Nigga, just drop something. Say, not me, nigga, not me. I ain't know what persecute is. But I'm just saying, there's got to be some consequence. You couldn't just be able to just charge somebody with an allegation and then just go scot-free. Oh, never mind, drop the charges, I'll go back to my life. And I was anonymous. F you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now you can kind of profit off of that.
My brother did, and it was amazing too, because I remember I was out and I was at a bar when it happened. And they were like, breaking news, Cuba Gooding Jr. in the news for doing some shit. And I said, oh, shit. And all the newscasters and shit were like, we have footage. There it is. And they showed the footage. This nigga was sitting in the chair next to his girlfriend, which I didn't know he had a girlfriend because I thought he was married. I thought that was some gangster shit. And some woman just sat next to him And he said, yeah. And then she got up and left. And then cut back to the news anchors and they were like, unbelievable. I was like, nigga, what the fuck did we just see?
Damn.
I was like, can't wait to see what the charges are. It must be like rape or doing some crazy shit. And they said, involuntary touching.
Yeah.
And I said, what the fuck does that mean? Or if you touch a woman and she wasn't ready for it or some shit. And I said, well, nigga, do what? You can lock everybody up that I know. You can lock half of, I won't say this room. I ain't gonna say, they gonna pan the camera. No, nigga, I ain't here.
What, groping, right?
They didn't even say groping. Because groping is, at least that's like,
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? But the video that they showed, his hand went up and went down. I'm like, maybe it brushed a titty or something. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know what the I'm looking at that they thought it was good enough to put on the video. I said, this is crazy. And I'm saying, if they can just go after a brother and just be like, now he has a lot of things that went on in his life. And I'm looking at the ground like, can I say that? Well,
The ground said yes.
Hey, no, but there's a lot of things that happened right before that happened, and I was kind of like, all right, nigga, and it wasn't, oddly enough, it wasn't the TMZ. Now, this is the thing, I want to keep talking shit about TMZ because they did do us a solid. When my father died, my father was found dead in the side of the road in a vehicle. My mother's vehicle at that. Papa was a Rolling Stone. He wasn't home. He just wasn't. I thought it was after I was born because he had the #1 song in the country called Everybody Plays a Fool back in the 70s.
Oh, now, come on.
And in 76, when I was born, it was still a big deal. In 78, he went to Africa. He went out to Africa when you weren't supposed to do that during apartheid and all that. He came back, he was blacklisted. They stripped him of everything, started taking back. And it's not that they took back, they just cut it off right there. Now back then, the brothers didn't know how to do finances and how to have accountants and put some shit aside for a later day. He was just spending, everything was leased. So if the money ain't coming in, it dried up. We lost houses, we lost cars, and he had to start over again. You understand me? And that's why we came out to LA, and then I was born, and then we had to start over all over again. And that's, that's just kind of how that...
With the music or?
Everything. He had to chase it. He had to now chase getting back on top. He had that one, he had 2 hits, so we never had another big hit like that again. They wouldn't let him back in, so he had to kind of do what he had to do. You know what I mean? So he was always gone. So then to find out that even when he did, and we was a real family, man. We just, when I say real, I mean, that y'all do, we do. Everybody try to put celebrities on something. Oh my God, how does it feel? You can feel, that's how I know my whole life. It feel like, what do you do? Well, how does that feel? That's how it feels. When my father was found dead in the car, I had him blocked. They did some crazy shit to me. I blocked him on my phone. I'll see you at Christmas. My mama called me and said, oh, your dad, he's in town. I said, I better unblock him then. Block this nigga.
Wait. That didn't make you feel bad? Like,
of course it did. But it's like this. I had a fight with him and I called my brother. I said, yo, Pops pissed me off, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I block him all the time. Sometimes it gives me some peace. That's what the fuck does that mean? He's like, because, as men, you argue and then you get over it. Real men do. You get into a fallout and then you get back. You good, you fine. All right, yeah, remember that? Yeah, that was we good though, nigga. Let's go sing titties. And we move on. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it was. That's how it is with all the real men in my life. And with my pops, same thing. I had him blocked. My mom said he's in town. I unblocked him. A few hours later, we find out he's dead. But how do we find out? Now dig this. I'm driving in the car with my mom and her Great Dane. We always had Great Danes, right? So she's like, I need this dog as a monster. We got a cage in the back seat. We in the Jaguar. There's we got to take him to the vet and so forth and so on. So we get to the vet, 2 people come out, drag the dog into the back. Now me and my mom is in the waiting room. My sister just happens to be with us. It was wild, for some other reason. I think she was taping for something, so she had to be some wild story that I can't quite remember. But my sister was there too. And I'm sitting there talking to my mom, and my sister busts in the door and she goes, here, it's Cuba. He's scaring me. Take the phone. I said, all right, let me step outside. What's up, man? He's like, you by yourself? No, nigga, you just got the phone from my sister. What's up? He's like, just go somewhere and make sure can't nobody hear you. All right, bro, what's up? And I walk around, what? He said, so listen, God, sometimes he does things that we can't understand. And he works in mysterious ways and then we can't understand everything sometimes. But, it's just, it's life and we're men and men have to understand and they have to deal with it. So Dad's dead. And the thing about it, I'm just like, right? See, so the thing about it is this is how I heard about it. I'm in Germany. I wouldn't be calling you right now if I wasn't in Germany. Harvey, I can say this. Somebody from TMZ called my brother direct and said, before the news hits, we want you to know that your father is dead. And we found him in the vehicle on the side of the road. And we wanted to give you the news before it breaks so you can tell your family. Right? So he tells me that and he goes, so this is what I want you to do. You say, you where? I said, I'm at the vet, man. I got moms. I got this big monster of a dog in the back seat. They got him in the back. And he's like, all right. And April's there with you. Yeah, she the one who hands me the phone. He said, all right, I think you should just leave the dog and take them home and then tell them what's going on. All right, bro, I figured it out. Click. Nigga, leave the dog? How the f*** am I gonna leave this monster? And by the way, we're gonna leave this dog here. I got something to tell you. Don't worry about it. That's
Google Great Dane.
Yeah, fucking Great Dane, man. And so I gave my sister, is he good? Oh, he's good, he's good. I gave her the phone. I said, Mom, and I just gotta act. Thank God I'm an actor. And I gotta just chuck it up. Mom's just talking this and that, blah, blah. The dog comes out. They're like, yeah, we got to put him in the car. They get him in the car, put him, boom, boom. I'm driving now. It's 30 minutes to get back to the house. And I'm driving, just making small talk. Everything's fine. No one said nothing crazy. Right before we ran the corner, my mom goes, so have you talked to your dad lately? And I was like, You know what I'm saying? And we get in the house. And I remember we walk up the steps. We go through the back. We go through the kitchen, through the whatever, boom, boom, boom. She opens the door. And it's an event to maneuver this animal. And she lets him go and closes the door. And when it closed, it was like, in my mind, it was like, and scene.
Oh, wait, real quick. What was your mom and dad's relationship at that time?
They were married.
I mean, as far as were they happily married? Was it?
That's another story. Let me finish the rest of this one. So she turns around. I'm now crying. And she just knows. My mother's a woman of faith. So she just looking at me and she says, yeah, I don't cry. She's looking at me crying, and I'm just like, and I can't even form words. And she's just like, is it your father? Oh, none. Is he gone? None. And now I'm expecting her to crash or fall out, but no. This black woman's holding my up. It's okay, honey. I saw a rainbow on the floor and I knew. I saw this and God touched me earlier and I had a stillness about myself all the time. I'm balling like, the fuck? And then I said, wait a minute, why am I sitting here crying and she's fine? Where the fuck is my sister? So I panic and I run outside, and luckily she made it all the way to the house. I handed her phone back, bro, after hearing that news. So while I'm holding the car like this, she's driving, people calling, sorry, condolences about your father, blah, blah, blah. So she's suffering in silence by herself out here flipping the out. Wow. And to hear get on this couch right here and try to proclaim the circumstances in which my father died, I feel sorry for them. I pity them in their soul. To think you can talk about somebody that you have no idea who you're talking about, and then lump them in with somebody as great as John Singleton. John Singleton made movies that had hidden messages in them that we had to interpret ourselves. My brother did a film called Boys in the Hood where he got up off the couch. Not off the couch. He got out the car. He said, pull it over. Let me out. More brothers would have pulled the car over and said, let me the fuck out. More brothers will be here today. I did a movie where I'm the nigga that said, this punk ass, let me shoot this ass that shot at us and killed him. Everyone clapped. So that's the role. No, it's the that didn't pull the gun because he saw himself on the floor. That's the message that John puts in these movies. But you want a little clout chase and you want to just slander two in one sentence. You know what I mean? Or say some shit that don't. You know what I'm talking about? But my mother and my father, to answer that, because I know you put that in there. Yeah, they were off and on for years. And it was great because they met each other when they were 19. And when I got, right before I had my first son, my father had a little powwow with me and my woman and said, y'all doing it different than I did it. I did it because we had to. Y'all are doing it out of love. Y'all ain't even married. That's awesome. I was forced to get married. And then I fell in love later. And that's the generation that we were raised by. You know what I'm saying? So I think, hats off to us for making it through that. Hats off to us for turning things around like the word.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And using it. And I hate when white folks say, why can't we say it? Because you said it enough.
Yeah, that's good.
That's why you can't say it.
400 years.
Right.
400? You think about how long 400 years is.
Right.
And you got white folk that's mad at us. They still mad. What you mad about? Oh, y'all be acting wild. We can act wild for 300 more years and still wouldn't.
Right.
There's no equal to the word. There's no opposite. It's cracker. No. We didn't call you cracker and then kill you and drag you and rape you and lynch you in crowds and then act with impunity. Motherfuckers didn't die hearing the word cracker. Around the huddled up against strong. And that's why we use that word, and it's powerful to us. And we keep that, and it's ours forever. Fuck you.
If you
And then the word, there's another one. Bitch, there's women, shows, all over the place. But last time I did this interview, I was telling a story about one of the women in my life that never really acted like a bitch. My mother it's God and then my mother. Like that's how high I hold my mother. She's I can't say that, but she's acted in a way. She always just tell me, God ain't no honey. So she's throwing that B word around like it ain't shit. My sister, she is second in line. She raised me because that's how black families do. Oh, I got a little brother. Yes, you do. And you're babysitting him now, and I'm going to hug out. I got to go get this day. And that's what, you know what I'm saying? And we were talking about Angel Conwell. Love Angel. She's my ex. Last one before I met my woman, the mother of my children, was Angel Conwell. And I was telling the story to y'all with the glasses on. I had glasses on. It was like, oh, this nigga must be on something because he got glasses. I ain't got no glasses on now, nigga. I'm on some Douce, nigga, a little bit of water. And they said, he's throwing the B word around too much. And it was black women. I'm like, black women, don't claim the B word as something derogatory towards you. It goes around to everybody. I use it all day long. But if I'm talking with a room full of this, lovely in here today, by the way. Y'all got women in here, and it just fits a good ratio. But last time, it was hard heads all through here. One woman. I was just like, yeah, nigga, we was chilling. I was like, and then these bitches tripping. Right. But in the comments, they was, he be throwing that B word around. Like, so what? That ain't just for you. There's a lot of out there. All right. Right. Because they know that, yeah. Oh, look at you, bitch. They be like this. Well, yeah, why can't we say? Why can't we say? Same shit. Sit down.
if you don't mind me asking, how did your father pass?
Heart attack. So this is the deep about it. My grandfather, my father's father, let me tell you his story real quick. He was a merchant marineman who spoke 9 different languages. Here's the story of Dudley Gooding. His nickname was Cuba. How did he get this name? Because his favorite country, while he was in all of his travels, and he was a Garveyite, so much to unpack here. The movie's coming, the book is coming. Cuba, this is a true story. Cuba was where he made his home, right? It's a black man born in Barbados, lived in Cuba, had a wife, she got pregnant, he's preaching, he's speaking his Garveyitism and everything, boom, 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 boom. They shoot up his house. They killed his wife and pregnant child, dead, boom. Now, the only things we can confirm, that's what I want to tell the story, is he then next went to New York. I like to think he murdered all them and fled on the boat. He might have just left, who knows? But they kill your pregnant wife and he was strong motherfucking 9 languages? I'm sure you can find at least 8 languages that will kill for you. Anyway, so he slid off, went to America, landed in New York, and then met my grandmother, and he drove a cab. He was a taxi driver. It was a good skill to have 9 different languages speaking out in New York back in then time, right? Meets a woman, Addie Smith, marries her, and then has my father and his brother, right? And then names his firstborn son Cuba, because his nickname was Cuba. You know what I'm saying? We call you Joker. You have a kid and your kid is called Joker. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, Joker, and then that Joker is Joker Jr. No, that's Joker the third, really. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So Cuba, my father, Cuba Sr., was really like a Cuba Jr., and then he had Cuba Jr. My grandfather had a heart attack while driving a taxi while my father was 12 years old, had a heart attack, drove himself to the hospital, and then died. My father sung at his dad's funeral at, he was 13 years old, a song called Oh My Papa, sung the out of it, and then snuck into the Apollo Theater where we laid him to rest in 2017. And it was deep how that came. So it's tough, man, but it's life. It's life. But so, again, the way my father lived, I didn't see a decline in him until after my son was born. My son was born in 2017, in January 27th. My father died a week before his birthday. My father's birthday is April 27th, and he died a week before his birthday. Let me see where the smokers are. Guess what day my father died on? He's be handing me weed now. I'll be like, I'm smoking. I'll be like, just one hit. I'm going to take one hit, nigga. I'll say, no, I'm smoking. Oh, it makes you feel good. It do feel good. Y'all thought we smoking upstairs. You want to talk about that? I got to go downstairs. Weed is different. But, yeah, so how did he die? He died on his accord. And again, like I told you, he died in my mother's car. It was so interesting. He was always traveling. He came home. He got in her car and it went, this runs, had some meetings, blah, 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 and died on the side of the road. That's how men, it's like, wait a minute, I got to pull over. Wait a minute. And then expiration.
Quick question. Your father, while he was on the road, he had another child, your half-brother.
No. Okay, so let me correct you there.
Yeah,
and I'm glad you asked me on camera. While he was on the road, he had a half-brother.
Yeah, I said, please, let me know how it happened. I gotta know how it happened.
Come on, real life. I see y'all looking at the notes.
We do
Ask
half
about
our
the
research.
half-brother, nigga.
Half our research.
Motherfucker, let me tell you about this. And Tommy, if you watch and listen to this story, so you can understand where I'm coming from, brother. Because me and Thomas are not close. And I'm going to tell y'all this story in confidence. Don't tell nobody else.
Right. We'll keep it between us.
Between us and these three cameras. My father was 16 years old and he had with a woman and she got pregnant. She had his baby and would not allow him to be a part of that child's life. I don't think, that's how it's told to you. There's got to be something in there. I've, too honest, but I'll say it, it's too late now. I've said, what? No, abortion time, baby. I'm young. This ain't, no. And we talking, blah, 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 and it happens. He wasn't as fortunate. I shouldn't say fortunate, but that's not what happened. That's not my family. We gonna have this baby. She had the baby. Guess when my father met Thomas? When Thomas was in his 20s, he came to a show of my father's and said, how you doing? You're a great singer. By the way, I'm your son. Do you remember such and such? Yeah, I remember her. Yeah. Oh. And then he put him on as a band, a part of his band. Remember, he plays bass.
Yes.
Their relationship was up from start to finish. I mean, it was kind of hard. You watch movies. Oh, my long lost son, I'm gonna make up for time. That's not real life. Real life is he's got another family and he's got a whole nother situation. He didn't know you existed. And if he did know you existed, he definitely had any contact with you. You're obviously 22, nigga. Then you pull up at a concert and so forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? So Tommy and I.
Is anybody famous? Your dad's already, the family's famous.
Well, yeah, he's performing. Well, we're not.
Y'all aren't, but.
When he was 22, so right now, let's see, I just turned 48. Wait for somebody to go, damn. And my brother just turned 57. Yep. And I won't say how old my sister is, she's a lady. And then Thomas is at least 10 years older than that. You know what I mean? But my father's been famous since he was in his 20s. You know what I'm saying? Had me when he was in his 30s. You know what I mean? But he had Thomas when he was 16. You know what I mean? So there's some mathematicians in here. Y'all can work it out. Yeah. And so he was, I'm saying he met him at a show. He's doing a show. Like, hey, I'm your son. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for my son. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah,
I always wondered, was he looking for a money grab? Like, or was he looking for a father?
Probably just a father.
Okay.
Present father. Especially when you see how he's been raised and how he regards women and how his relationships kind of evolve and how they are. Like, I heard him talking about my father to other people and I was like, my mama didn't raise this nigga. We don't talk about our dad. We keep this shit in-house. You don't just talk about this. I said, this nigga, who are you talking about? Yeah, Cuba. Cuba who? My brother? No, dad, man. What? Aren't you mad at him? I ain't mad at you. That's our dad. There's a room full of people. Who the fuck are you talking about? And then that's how we fell the fuck out. And then to this day, he saw my sister because my sister and my brother had the same birthday 1 year apart, January 2nd. And I was talking to my sister last night. We took her out, we had dinner and all that. And she was like, yeah, I talked to Thomas. And I said, oh, shit, whatever. She's like, yeah, this and that, woo-de-woo-de-woo. I said, all right. It's just a different... It's a different dude. He's a different dude. But he was raised by a different mother. That's why I shouldn't say, well, yeah, I should. You know, I was talking to somebody upstairs and they were like, you like who you like. And I was like, that's not what I'm talking about. My kid's mom is Korean and white. But she's fine. Not okay, she's fine. My type is fine.
Yeah.
My type is look good, is attractive. And the reason I know it's attractive, and I don't say attractive to you, no, nigga, attractive on a scale of attraction, nigga. I've been in the car with my brother. I was in the car with my brother one time. We was driving. Like this. He had a Bronco or some shit. He said, oh, look at them titties. And I was like, where, nigga? I'm ready to talk about that. Like some men just see body parts. You know what I'm talking about? He said them titties, all she had going for her was her titties. You know what I'm saying?
That's an old, but that's an old for you though.
Hey, you understand me? That's why you with the good. That's what I'm saying.
That's how my daddy was, bro. I remember
like, right? But that's real. A couple niggas laugh, a couple niggas going, I like titties, nigga. What's funny about that? There's nothing wrong with that. I shouldn't even have said it like that, but that's real. So that's how I am. When I get down, if I'm attracted to a woman, there's certain things that I get, boom, boom, boom. There's a checklist that I have. You know what I mean? And that's just what the it is. And most of the checklist wasn't there, but the titties was there. And I was just like, okay, you like what you like.
You like what you like.
Now that you've told us about
where do we go from
your
here?
preference. No, I know exactly, I know exactly where we're going.
Let me take a sip.
We had the Honorable Dr. Omar Johnson on the couch.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Did you tell him Omar's coming? Omar who? Go ahead. Epps Junior? Go ahead.
No,
I still got this hot ass scarf on, huh?
We was talking about coonery.
Mm.
And he said, your level of coonery directly affects what the type of woman you would deal with. He called them bunny hoppers. So
he said bunny hoppers?
Bunny hoppers.
Copy that.
Yeah. So my question to you is, and I didn't know you were in an interracial relationship. No,
right. No, I love this. Go.
No.
And I'm not going to figure the answer till you say the question. Go.
Do you feel like there's a certain level of coon that you have to be to deal with the opposite of your race?
A certain level of coonery?
Yeah.
I don't know. You'd have to dissect the word coonery. I mean, for real, you talk about this coon, that's just weird. I don't know what that word means. Buffoon? What does it mean? You sell out?
Basically a sellout, and you pretty much prostrate yourself to the white agenda, which is
no, I mean, but that's why a lot of these, so that's why there's a lot of not, let me put it this way. How many white children don't grow up with a father? How many black children don't grow up with a father?
I have to ask ChatGPT.
So statistically, who can put up with who?
Right.
You know what I'm getting at. I'm trying to keep the sisters in line. Nigga. Watch it. I can sit there looking at the screen now like, wait a minute. This is going to be the sound bites you use. My mother, I love her to death. Strong black woman. Hard to deal with. Hard to live with. Hard to live with. And she knew who she was married to, which is just a rare breed. Mm. She's like, I know I got to deal with these bimbos on the street. I know I got to deal with these women throwing themselves at him and blah, 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 but he's a great man and this and that, blah, 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 and this and that, and boom, 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 boom. Then he come home. I kill you. Well, bitch, you would, but bust you upside the head, mama, we can hear you. Mm-hmm. What do you think the white woman going to do in this? Generally, they're more passive. Yeah, sure. So what are you selling out exactly? What is it? And then this is my job. Now, for me personally, like I said, the one I got is crazy. We in trouble right now. But it's probably because she's mixed. I don't know. I've never done just all white girl. They're just me. Again, I can't really speak for my brother because they're divorced too. She ain't putting up with shit. She's at my sister-in-law, Sarah, love her to death. She raised 3 beautiful children, very intelligent. Their father wasn't there a lot. My father was gone because he was chasing the money. My brother was gone because my brother was gone. Maybe it's just because his father was, I know, I'm trying to be good. Y'all shouldn't give me this douce. I'm trying to be good. But it's just, some of us had a choice and some of us don't, right? I was fortunate. I started acting when I was young, so I had career success. Finances was just kind of, stable all across. It wasn't, either way, this or that. You know what I mean? So I can pick and choose what I do. So I waited till I was 40 years old to start having kids. Mainly because of the examples of these niggas that I've grown up around.
For sure.
My father and my brother had kids when they was 20. And both was like, out of here, I'm gone. Pops was like, I gotta go get the money. My brother even admitted to me, sorry, bro, you should have said it. They got cameras pointing. He was like, I was just started taking at some point.
For real.
You see Boat Trip?
Come on. Now.
You see Snow Dogs, nigga? I was just, how much you pay? It don't matter. Get out the house. And was gone. And then hit the road. Well, my father was different. He had to go. And then my mom was difficult. She ran me out the house. What are you yelling at me for?
Right.
I ain't do shit. And I'm not the one to just be accused of shit. And I've always been ahead of my years. I'm the one, I can be the head of the house at 10 years old financially and be the man to walk her to the car and be that dude because she empowered me. Can I talk about my mama for a second?
Please.
My mama empowered me when I was doing Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Listen to this shit. I'm doing Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Always been a big dude, bigger than an average bear. But I respect my elders. There was a kid that was on the show by the name of, he'll enjoy the shout out, Chris Carter. He's in his 20s. I'm still a teenager, right? He hits on my mom. My mom tells me the story. She goes, yeah, that little tried to hit on me earlier. And I was thinking to myself, right when she said that, I went, that's up. And then the next sentence changed my manhood. She said, and I almost made you beat his ass. My chest poked up so big, I didn't even think in my mind I could f this up until she said that. Women, moms are strong as f. Mm-hmm. They're very empowering to their sons if they use their shit the right way. I'm like, you gonna walk me out to the car? I'm like, it's scary as f out there. She's like, no, but I got you with me. Oh, I didn't know I was that guy till you said that. And I wish I would. I'll go out by myself and be like, oh, I gotta be careful. But if I got my kids or my wife, shit, I wish I would.
Amen.
And that's what a mother should do. That's how a mother should be for her kids. So I hate when a motherfucker say a black woman can't raise a man. What are you talking about? That's the one that can empower a man. She empowered me when I was young, and maybe I'll fight any on the planet if they with them.
Come on.
If they ain't with them, I might go, man, this nigga kind of big. You got it, player. You got it. But you with my mama or my kids or my wife, I will murder this. I'll find a way. I might not fight you fair, but I bet I'll you up. Go ahead.
All right, so Hanging with Mr. Cooper, I have to ask this question because it goes back to like Diddy.
Like the preamble. I had to do it. Do it.
Yeah, I got to do it.
You paid for it.
I look at like situations
Power
like
of Cash App.
I know, right. You look at Diddy, R. Kelly, all the situations they're going through. You told a story in which on the couch you talking about getting pulled over with a gun, and having to go. I think Mark Curry called you and said,
Amen.
"Go face, get ahead of it.
Yeah,
go tell them what's going on." And
Very
you went
smart.
up there, and they probably would have fired you.
If I would have just shut the f up, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be on this couch.
And you got in front of it. How many other people you feel like if they just get ahead of it and just talk, go ahead and admit to things that they did, they'll probably still be in position right now?
My brother went through the same thing. I didn't think that what happened to my brother actually affected him as much as it actually did.
Wow.
He's been in tons of films. He's done tons of stuff. And then it kind of went a little quiet. And, well, what's up with your brother? Is he all right? Is he good? I'm like, yeah, you see him on TMZ. He's doing fine. You know what I mean? He just spending the money he made. But it wasn't until we had a conversation recently and he was just like, yeah, that shit me up. And I'm like, how? What? Look at what the fuck you doing? And now recently, depending on when this airs, he's making another comeback. He's got a bunch of stuff going and God bless him, everything.
Y'all share the same agent or no?
No, fuck no.
Okay.
When the shit hit the fan, I said, bruh, what the fuck? And he's like, it's good. I was like, is it? He said, no, it's good. I'm gonna trust the system. To which I said, why? But I said, well, we ready. Just know. You know how I am, but you know, I'm in the streets more than you, and we love you still. This is before any alligator, but just the thought of them trying to, come on, we got your back. We'll come to you. All you do is stand outside and do this shit. Malcolm X, we tearing some shit up. We looking for some shit to do.
Yes.
And he said, no, shut up, we good. I said, all right. And then they paraded his ass with the perp march. When they put the handcuffs on him, I said, oh, hell no. You mean you went down, turned yourself in, and they said, oh, thanks for coming. Now turn around, put these on you, and now let's walk you in front of these cameras. I'm like, that's where this shit would have changed for me. Now, me, you go ahead and try that allegation shit with me. You can try it, nigga, but I'm coming straight to these cameras. I'm not be quiet. Be quiet if you're guilty.
Yeah.
Don't be quiet if you're innocent. Get in front of it if you're innocent. All that right to remain silent is for the that actually
What about
did.
Diddy though? He got in front of them cameras.
Himself?
Yeah.
Literally. Well, maybe he's
They crucified him.
I think Diddy's a difference, and this is my guess, because I'm not claiming to be these other clout chasing ignorant that say they have facts. My guess from being in the industry and around the industry for long enough is I think he had so much dirt on other people that he never thought the shit would catch up to him. And at the end of the day, with Cassidy, I was just like, oh, he done. Because I don't touch women like that. I can't get behind it that would put his hands on anybody weaker than them. Not just women. I'm not that. Oh, I don't beat women. Bitch, go crazy. You might, who knows? But I don't. No, I'm saying, in all respect, I'm gonna let my just hit me. Oh, I don't hit women. Me up. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, watch it. But at the same time, if I know I have the advantage, the fight is probably over, unless you have a gun and I gotta defend myself. You know what I'm saying? So that shit, but we saw the video. That shit was disgusting. So that's why we're looking at it going, well, you're getting what you deserve. And then all the other shit gets heaped on and you go, well, it's hard to know what's real. Everything after that, we know the shit we see, yeah, that happened. You know, him and all that. That's what he do. That's what he do. But you shouldn't go to jail for that. And if you do, I don't think he's very upset at where he's at. Sorry. From what I hear, that's not hell, that's heaven.
He's
having a good time in there. Look at you in my cell. Good. Oh, never mind. Go over there.
You ain't here with me. I'm in here with you.
I'm here with you. I saw that shit too. You ain't here with me. I'm in here with you. Ain't that a bitch? Go ahead.
We had Benzino on the couch, and he said a lot of people are monsterizing Diddy for what he's done, but everybody is forgetting how many jobs he created, what he did for hip hop and
I can't
black men.
No, nigga, no.
What my question?
No, hell no. But go ahead, ask it anyway.
So what my question was is there something that you can just do that just erases all the good that you've done?
I'll say maybe after, but not before, nigga. No, you know what I mean? Like, I did so much good, I could just as many, nigga, no. What? He did Thriller. Like, no.
Hold on, wait, so you believe that?
What?
You said he did Thriller.
You know what I'm referring to.
I know what you're referring to. We had a whole argument about that shit.
That he did Thriller? He did Thriller?
No, I'm talking about, you know who we talking about.
No.
Because Michael Jackson.
Right.
Because I don't believe he did all that.
Again, I wasn't there and outside looking in. Fuck no, bro. Like, what? You know what though? Maybe the naivety of me. I don't believe. Well, there are different people that have their different, their things. But no, I think Michael. Here's where I can. Okay. Here's where my opinion may count here. I started as a child actor, right? So starting as a child actor, you go from being a child to being an adult when it comes to business. I did a show called Wild and Crazy Kids, and I was 12 years old. The first year was awesome. I was having fun. It was this and that. It was kids. It was running around. We all the same age. And I read the little lines and da-da-da-da-da. Second year was work. Nigga knock it off. Hey, Omar Gooding, welcome to the show. And cut. You hit me again with that water bottle, I'm gonna fuck you up. Look, I'm gonna beat y'all little ass and knock it off over here. Omar, okay, all right. Right? It may not be that harsh, but in real life, it was just like I was fed up with like, nah, nigga, this is a job now. And it hasn't stopped since then. I did a show called Wild and Crazy Kids from 12 to 15. When I turned 15, I did Hang with Mr. Cooper. From 15 to 20. At 20 years old, I did Smart Guy. From 20 to 23. At 24, I did Baby Boy. And then the roller coasters really took off. Like, you understand what I'm saying? You don't get to have your childhood unless you make a childhood, unless you just take some time out and say, I'm gonna have some fun. People see me with my kids and be like, you like a big kid. Yeah, I'm living through them. And they're like, they look great. Put them in the business. No.
So let me
I'm
ask
not making them go to work right now because this is a forever job that we do as entertainers. We don't retire, we die.
Yeah.
We have going home parties. You know what I mean? Another famous Art Evans, shout out to Art Evans, died at 82. I'm like, that's a long life. Good luck. My pops only made it 73. Go ahead.
So Michael Jackson, of course, child star from 5 years old. Joe Jackson, we know the story.
Yeah.
You go in Wild and Crazy Kids at 12. This is 1990?
89, yeah.
Michael Jackson's at the height of his career.
Mm-hmm.
If he invited you to Neverland, would you have went?
Of course.
Would your mother have said, go ahead?
Maybe.
if he had said, "Hey, won't you come hang out in the bed in my room?"
He wouldn't have got that out of his mouth all the way. My mom would have been flying over with, oh, you get.
So that was the argument we had, that some parents will allow their kids to go to Michael Jackson's house. And some kids may not know, like, wow, I'm actually in bed with Michael Jackson, hanging out watching the movie.
Interview all those kids. How many of them are of color? Listen, there are, well, because, we talked about this last time when we talked about the Nickelodeon thing, and I was just like, my mom was she really built that different? It felt like common sense to me. You're going to tell me I can't, we're going to take your son over here. What? Who? Okay. And how far is it? No, we're going to go in this room. Wait, the audition room? No, this other room. Then I'm coming with him. Oh, no, you can't. Can't? Or what? And then let's talk. You know what I mean? So I don't want to beat the dead horse on that shit because a lot of people felt, and when I talk about, and I don't want to keep throwing race at it, like, well, were they white? How many kids were black? It goes back to the word and the slavery and all that. We give white folks a hard time, as rightfully so, because of their past and 400 years and shit, which is nothing you can just easily gloss over. But it's also something to be born into that privilege, and you just kind of think, what's the worst that could happen to us? What's the worst? Damn, my voice even changed. That's f***ed up. But what's the point? Why she got to talk like that? No, but so they allow it thinking, nothing's going to happen in there, and then bad happens. Where we have been through it. We know the worst shit that could happen. So we ain't going down that road. No. I laugh at my kids sometimes. I'll be like, you're going to fall. Keep it up. Keep it up. I'll just wait. 3, 2, 1. Bam. See? Sometimes you just got to fall. And I'll be like, now that's what you get. But, as parents, you got to straddle the line of, do I let them burn their hand on the shit? Or do I tell them, just don't do it, trust me, it's for your own good? No, and they're not, these little niggas getting old now, they be asking, but why? I'm like, I'm gonna show you why.
I feel it.
We took to a party and let them eat everything they want. My kids have got the karma, quick. Them niggas was throwing up all night, crying, look at me, yeah, child if you want. Come on, CPS, give me a break. But these little motherfuckers was throwing up, and I was like, yes, what the food, see? And you think we say this just to be mean? What the fuck I be mean? Go be happy somewhere. But anyway, I'll tell them like.
So let me ask, is 2024, can the Baby Boy exist today as far as a movie like Baby Boy come out today?
Oh, the movie, not the actual Baby Boy mentality?
Yeah, the movie. A movie as like Baby Boy, can that exist today?
Sure. You just need somebody that knows what the fuck they're doing, is not controlled. So let's get into it. So John Singleton, I'm not sure how he did it, but he was able to have total control in his movies. And that's why his movies...
No one telling him what to do.
Listen, again, I'm guessing. I've been in one of his films. I wasn't as close to him as Tyrese was, so he can probably answer the question better, maybe. I don't know if John Singleton divulged how he did what he did, but the proof is in the pudding. When I watch his films, I'm just like, this shit's authentic. Why can't nobody else do this? It doesn't make sense to me that you get films. And shout out to Tubi. God bless him for giving niggas opportunities. But there's a lot of these films and you just be like, And then Tyrese just did a film right now, and I was at the premiere, and I hugged him. I told him, this is your third best film I've seen.
1992? Or
it's called 1992. That just came out. We were at the premiere with Snoop, and I'd never seen so much weed smoke in the place. And Snoop didn't smoke none of it. It was crazy. I was like, this is the first time I seen you not smoking, nigga. Nigga in here firing up. But I watched the film, and the film is 80% accurate, and it's also got a lot of good talent in there. And shout out to Robert Lozier that just, my brain.
Yeah,
but anyway,
he just passed away. I want to give him a.
You know what I'm talking about?
Y'all know him, yeah.
If he was black,
Goodfellas.
Yeah. Okay, so they didn't know. No, that's okay. So, but when I watched the film, there was certain things I just like, when you watch John Singleton, you didn't really do a lot of that. Where you just be like, come on, why? There was a reason behind it. Like my brother punching at the air. Niggas is going, niggas ain't punching the air, nigga. We just got that. But the inside turmoil was, well, he was also the nigga that got out the car. Now you saying you got that, he wouldn't have got out the fucking car. Like, you know what I'm saying? So can that happen now? Yeah, but we're trending towards the right direction. It won't be a major studio that does this film.
We're done with that.
No. It'll happen. I got you.
I was going to say, because, there's so many black studios now. You got Tyler Perry got a studio. 50 Cent has a studio.
You see my eyebrows? Okay, sure. Tyler Perry has the studios and he has the capabilities, but then we trust Tyler Perry to tell that story, or we don't. He's had plenty of opportunities to do so. I know what y'all snickering at, but I'm like, seriously. But seriously, he's had, so don't use him. 50 Cent, all right, cool. I see that's trending towards the right direction, and he's telling his story from the New York side. And I've heard, I haven't met him, but I've heard he used to be that guy.
Right.
That's why he won and is winning, because he was really that.
Right.
No. And then as he was allowed to, this and that and third, he made the right connection, but while he's still going to flourish as that. So nothing's going to dictate what he does. He's going to do what that nigga feels like he should do.
Right.
John Singleton was a nerd who wasn't in that circle. He made movies about the circle that he studied and loved, but he wasn't that.
Right.
So he's able to tell it from all angles and see the best way to do it and so forth and so on. And then he can Tyra Banks, because he's like, I'm the nigga now. So now I could just pull each, I'm doing this thing. Now he's living his dream this way. And then I think,
do you think that's a better way to tell a story, like a person from the outside who can look in, opposed to somebody who is actually in it? Because it seems like
not better. But I mean, it's got to be a combination. You got to have some experience with it. You have to be able to, in my opinion, you have to be able to be in it to tell it. That's why Jesus was with the pimps and the thugs and turned water into wine, and he was able to be, related to all the way through. I was in it, you know what I mean? That's why when I do hip hop, I do rap, and I got an album coming out and all type of shit. We'll talk about that on the next interview. But, they say, you should do gospel rap. Why? Let's say my faith is strong and I'm a born again Christian, and my mama prayed us through all these instances, and I watched miracles happen as I watched her pray us out of poverty into Oscars and so forth and so on. And I said, I'm gonna be a pastor and I'm gonna go do gospel rap. Okay, so let's say I'm really talented as a rapper and I can touch all these people, but all I do is gospel rap. Who am I affecting? People that are already saved.
Right.
I'm affecting Christians and gospel rappers and other people that already listen. So that don't make no sense. As far as I'm concerned, that's not helping the masses. Take it secular and then get your word in where you can get your word in. But a lot of times, we don't want to hear that. We just don't. We want to receive his blessings on our time. And that's another conversation for another time.
Amen. I was watching a podcast that had a very interesting topic where they was talking about, you don't see any strong male black positive figures in anything like the show Yellowstone. They're just men. There's no compromising in any manhood in any white films or shows right now.
That's one of my shows too.
It's like they're all just straight men. None of them are on that.
You know what's funny? The one character who wound up being the evil dude at the whole end of the thing, but they had him on the fence. And then they had him, and then very next season, they gave him a woman quick. I was like, I thought he was gay. Oh, I guess not. That's kind of funny. Go ahead.
So, do you feel like it's a way to just defeat that narrative where every black man either has to be a drug dealer or borderline?
Is there a way to defeat that narrative?
Can there be a role? Can we create something going forward where it's just a strong black male figure or a strong black woman figure, and it doesn't have to be so weird, something weird going on with it to make it entertaining?
It has to be clever. You have to weed it in. The people that are controlling what gets out look at numbers. They look at what works. They look at, most of the major films that are making money in the box office are Marvel films. There was an era when it was all rappers that were all the black leads because they already had a following. They know what's what. There's a message there and so forth and so on. We just have to support it. So we have to create a film, and then we all have to get behind it and make it do numbers. That's the only way we change this. Yep. If we all just say, I support this because it was funny and it was great and it was this and this, but the overall message of it was just this did this and shot this and blah, 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 then theys are going to look at it and go, well, that's the only thing that'll work if it's a black guy in it. You know what I mean? So next time you see something, and they always kind of happen. I just did a series called Saturdays on Disney. It only went one season. I blame the strike because they didn't want to renew stuff, but it was an awesome show. It was very positive, and it was on the Disney Channel. And Disney has its own skeletons and all type of evil shit that they fucking do. But they was paying the shit out of me, so I was happy about it. But it was a very positive show and only went one season. We went, damn, what the fuck? You know, and then I see other shows that are about to get renewed that we were talking about off camera or whether y'all using it. That's just about just as wild as ever.
Oh yeah.
But
Shout out P-Valley.
it's being renewed. What's that?
Shout out to you.
No, not that one. Which, but it's true, man. I mean, we just have to, because it's funny. We take these moments during an interview or maybe in a conversation. We go, why don't we see a show about a strong black woman, about a strong black man? But is that what you want to watch at 2 a.m. when you're in Netflix and you loaded and blah, 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 blah? Maybe. I remember growing up on the Cosby Show. I love that show. Look what they did to that. You know, and I'm like, I want to show it to my kids. They're like, do you? I'm like, God damn it.
God damn.
It was funny as shit. It was a positive. Look at that family, man. That was a positive family. That was the Huxtables, and it was called the Cosby Show. I'm like, shouldn't it be the Cosbys? There was a lot of weird shit you couldn't figure out later.
Hey, facts.
Right. Like,
Facts. Never thought about that.
Because it sounded more distinguished. The Huxtables. It was that's probably what they were thinking. We can't call it Cosby's. We should call it Huxtables. And then it should have run forever. And then you wonder why he wants to have his own. And they be like, nah, nigga, shut up.
So let me ask you, when it comes to Baby Boy coming out July 29th, 2001.
Was it July?
Yeah, it was like July.
Now that makes sense because we started in like October. It took about 6 months, yeah?
For you, a month later, Leah dies. A couple of days after that, September 11th.
Yeah.
How was that for you? Like, did it affect, like... Just
that was tough, man. Again, me and Angel was together and she was doing music videos and stuff. So she actually flew to New York on a plane in 2011. And then when it landed, she was good, obviously. And then I called her after everything was exploding. She got on the phone and she was like, come out here and get me. I'm not flying back. And I was like, whoo, that's a long drive. No. I said, all the way to New York?
It is.
Well, no Uber back then. No. But I was prepared to drive, but she was brave, man. And after like a few days, she's like, no, I'm gonna fly back. I was like, you sure? I ain't flying to,
Yeah.
It took me a minute to get on the plane, but that's about how directly it affected me.
Nothing with the movie as far as, of course, it's going, opening weekend is going a month in.
We had different challenges back then, man. With especially a movie like that, you got to think niggas was dying in the theaters. That's a movie about gangbanging. Everywhere you go, I remember my friends was watching that movie, and they said, "Man, I went and saw the movie. I'm from this side," and they was watching the movie, and they was like, "It was bloods behind us. Just counting how many times you say cuz." They was just cuz, crit. He was counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and he turned around 7, 8, 9, and we almost started shooting into. I said, "Damn, man." And that's why, it was hard to get those movies made. And that's why it's hard to get, that still answers his question. That's true. That's why it's hard to have them back it. Because they're like, well, what y'all gonna do when y'all get together and watch this shit? You gonna get wilding out, But that's that type of film, which, so good. Fuck. Yeah. There've been a few that have been, and I thought, and Tyrese, I want to shout him out again. And I want you to echo this because he had a brilliant idea. Him and I, the first time we actually sat down when we got over our, and he was like, come to my house. So I came to his house, and I sat down, I was like, what's happening, bro? And he said, I got a script I want you to read. And he opens up the script, and he said, this is my idea for the sequel to Baby Boy. And this was before the pandemic, so it was about 5, 6 years ago. And he sat down, and I read it, and the shit was great. The concept was, what if we tied in all of the South Central movies so that they all were connected in the same universe?
Oh, man.
What if Rodney was... the dudes that they shot Boys in the Hood happened to be the older brother of the Tyrese. What if Snoop Dogg and Old Dog was cousin? Like, he tied it all together. And I read this shit and I said,
the SC.
Now the problem is the directors and the producers were all different. So they're not all gonna come together and do this. Well, John Single's dead, so who's gonna direct it? You had Paramount, you had such and such, and blah, blah, blah. So there's no way, boom, boom, boom. And a suggestion I wanna make to him is just that this is the thing that he was doing by having me come over. You had me read it and sign off on if I would be in the film. He did that with all of the actors, and most of the actors, I believe at the time, agreed to be in the film. So just write another movie, change the names, and we'll all be in that one.
Oh, yeah.
Taraji gonna cost a little bit more, but
got that. That she is. Real quick, what was your favorite hood movie back then?
Back in,
like, was it Boys in the Hood? Was it Menace? Was it South Central?
Boys in the Hood was good. It was Menace.
Menace.
It was Menace. They was mad at us for a while. And shout out to Tyron, and Lorenz was always been cool with me, man. But I think it was more Tyron.
Yeah.
He was mad. He said that Baby Boy was a ripoff. And I was like, what do you mean? And he said because, and what I got from it, because it's so funny, everything that happens would be like weird. I'd be like, all right, let me figure it out. I always think is the people around you think. I got that from Godfather. My father said it all the time. What he did was, at the end of the movie, when Tyron gets shot, old dog's walking over and his knees buckle before he goes over. Now look at what my character did when we thought Tyrese got shot. I looked at my knees buckle. That's all he needed to be like, oh, you stole your hoes. I was like, the knee buckle, nigga. Bite ass niggas, you can't have nothing. I was like, nigga, that's, hardly, maybe your knees will go out. I don't know. I couldn't think of nothing else that would make sense.
Yeah, no, that dream sequence in Baby Boy, do you feel like that went on too, like
What'd you say?
It went on too long? Like, that's a dream sequence.
That's funny as hell.
I think the movie ended.
What, you stupid as hell. At what?
The credits rolling.
No, it was good, man, because it was a good combination of how they make films and how we make films. Enough to keep us engaged, and then you want to think. He was trying to make you think. Anything he drug out or kind of emphasized about making it go, damn, are we still watching the same scene? Yeah. He wants you to think about this part, Anyway.
What's the stupidest ending you've seen on a movie?
Jesus.
Mine is Jungle Fever.
How old are you?
I'm 40.
40? Jungle Fever, huh? I wouldn't expect that one. I can't think of that. I'm a TV guy. In TV shows my whole life, got new one coming out in development, boom, 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 boom. I always watch shows, so I always look at how they wrap up these series.
Right.
Like, I love The Sopranos. Sopranos was some dope shit. Bro, stupid. I love that shit because I know that, and when you're ending it, you have to do something final. So y'all would have the people that hated it, I believe, would have loved that the ran in and shot it up all in front of everybody. Oh, Tony! I don't want to see the hero die. That was the hero. So for me, it faded to black because the got shot in the head. That means he's dead. Or you can think of something else. It's over. There's nothing else interesting to say. Maybe he lived happily there. It's up to you to decide. That's why I like that. But I've seen some awful ones where I'm just like, what the fuck were they thinking? Can't think of any right off the top of the head, but you should have prepped me for that. I would have had something.
I got to get your take. You worked with Darius McCrary, Eddie Muslim.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. In the movie y'all were started, that's True to the Game. Was it part 3 or?
Oh, I was in that.
Yeah.
That was that was fun how that happened. I went to just show up and support him. What up, D? Ain't seen you in a minute. He's like, yeah, that's what's up. Blah, blah, blah. He's the director of the movie. I was like, oh, what's up? You directed. He looked at me. He was like, you want to get in this? I was like, what the fuck that mean?
We got a wardrobe over here.
Exactly, bro. And he was like, we got some shit that can fit you. Nigga, go get in this dress suit. We can put you up in here. And Vivica and blah, blah, blah. Vivica's over there. I went knocked on the door. What's up, baby? What's up, nigga? Vivica is the shit. That is the realest nigga you'll ever be in your life.
Come on now.
She real. So anyway, so I was, what's up? She like, you get in this nigga? I was like, yeah, I'm getting. And then we did the scene, and that was that. Go ahead though. But how was it? Yeah, no, it was dope though.
When you see Darius with what's their name? Sydney Star.
You know who she is.
Yeah, when you see the Sydney Star Darius situation go down.
What was it? You got to brief me on it. Was it?
Yeah. And it's getting more hot and steamy, it seems.
It's scary.
And it's like,
bro.
do you feel like that? Do you feel like, because you're in Hollywood, do you feel like that's real publicity, or like just from you as a Hollywood insider, just watching? Yeah,
I don't know. It's scary as man. You got to look at the Adam's apple. You got to get medical history. It's tough.
He paid she says he paid for the full procedure to kind of go.
Oh, well, God bless him. To each his own. I can't, as long as he ain't sitting there going, I didn't know, then you fine. You know what I mean? Look, man, because I know what y'all getting at. And there's men and there's women, but there is an in-between. It's weird. It's like, you see some boys, it was funny, I was arguing with my wife about this shit. Like, we knew he was gonna be gay since he was young. I was like, what do you mean you knew? Some niggas just act feminine. That's just, they grow out of that shit, and some don't. But there's people on the front line, and there's people that aren't. There's ones that you just get into the battle, and there's some that are kind of a little timid, but maybe they're smarter, maybe they're this and that. The Y chromosome and all that. If I was smarter, I can articulate this a little bit better, but I've been drinking. What I'm saying is, some men are more men than not. Some women are more feminine than not. That middle, there's not a world where I, the man that I am, can do the things that other men can do and say that they're straight. Because I'm not that type of man. It's just acting. Kiss him on the lips. If I actually kiss him on the lips, it's not acting.
I didn't act like I did it. Nigga, I did it.
What the is acting about
Nigga, I
actually
did it.
kissing a man? If I'm in it's happened a lot, I'll be in hotel by myself. I'm watching the show. What's about I will do this by myself. I don't just watch and be like, it's cool, nobody see me. My stomach literally, and I'm gonna say this just to be funny, but it's like, I'll be like, the men that can do it are just different types of men. They just are. And they be like, well, can a guy kiss a guy and be straight and go home and have kids and all that? I'm like, not this type of a guy. I can only talk about me, you know?
Did you lose any disrespect for, did you lose any respect for Denzel when he said that there's a kissing scene that was taken out of Gladiator?
I'm still blaming that on AI.
God damn it. Gotta blame
Till
it on
I
that.
meet him. And he was like, yeah. The only thing I think about, I'm a movie buff, so Godfather. Godfather 3? 2? 2. Fredo. Yeah. When he grabs Fredo, kisses him in the mouth, says, I knew it was you, Fredo. Not one human was like, oh, he gay. What he explained was he kisses this man in the mouth and then kills him. You go, oh, that's deep.
That's deep. So wait, so like Jake Gyllenhaal, Brokeback Mountain. Do you look?
Never saw it. I got an argument. I got an argument with. This is funny. I had to look at the women. Y'all got women here.
Yeah, you got to affirm yourself.
I got to shout out. I got to shout out one of my favorite co-stars of all times, Golden Brooks. We did this series called Saturdays. Only won one season, but it should have won way more. We had great chemistry. I feel like I've known her forever because she's just such a cool person. And we were talking, and we were talking this type of shit. So I know we went out to eat somewhere, and a person came over with very long nails, and she knew the type of person I am. And she was like, oh, girl, your nails, and he's da. Then she goes, yeah, Omar likes them too. And I looked at her like, girl, don't you start no shit. And they even looked at me and just was like, okay, and then, walked off. And she's like, what's your problem? I said, no problem. It's just, you knew by doing that what you was doing, so knock it off. I'm fine. I'm cordial. I have many, I won't say many, but I've worked in this industry around plenty of gay men, and none of them have crossed the line because they know, I think. I shouldn't say it like that. Maybe they weren't attracted to me. I don't know how that works. But the point, however that goes, it's a mutual respect. But even like this guy who's like all feminine, he's all me, he was just like, okay, what do you want to eat? Okay, bye, and then walked off. Right? But she was trying to explain Brokeback Mountain to me. She's the same thing. She's like, you didn't see that movie? And I was like, no. She's like, nigga, why? And I'm like, because I can't watch something like, I said, so I started asking her about it. I'm like, did they kiss? She goes, oh, yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah. And I was like, what's oh, yeah? And I was like, well, she's like, and obviously they aren't gay. And I was like, I don't know what obviously means, but whatever. And then she was like, no, and they get to like doing this and that. I'm just like, come on now, come on. She's like, but that's not the point. It was all about the feeling of men, and they were just like in a relationship. I'm just looking at it going, whatever point they were trying to make, no. Use it with horses and voiceovers or animation or something. Why you gotta have two actual men? You know what I mean? Use it with puppets. Like, why? Yeah. Then we could be like, oh, this is entertaining. Oh, it's just puppets. But I don't want to see that. I don't know. So anyway, but what I'm trying to say is that for me, I don't, when, and this is interesting. My mom, wow. My father's brother was gay. My father was the most man you've ever met. You're like the most manly alpha male. Just what? And him and my uncle fell out. Probably because of that. Neither one went to each other's funeral. He didn't go to his, and then he died later. But I didn't speak to him because he didn't speak to my uncle. Stopped speaking to me because my dad stopped speaking to him. Just some, careful. Certain type of actor type of way. You know what I'm saying? So my mom was super hard on her sons. Like, I don't want them to be gay. They might follow after this. That's just how her thinking was. And I was always just like, You slept in your own room and 2 weeks old. I'm like, that is neglect. Ain't that strong? The fuck? It tells that story proud. He had his own room at 2. What the fuck? Weeks? That was a bitch. But of that fear of thinking that it's something you can do that'll turn you a certain way. And I'm like, it's either in you or it's not. That's just how I feel. Because there's not enough conversation that'll make me go, you're right. Let me kiss this. There's not enough things I can see to go, that makes sense. Now my stomach won't turn when I do this. And it's just me. Like, I don't know what that translates from. If there's a therapist that can get it out of me, I don't want it.
So what about, the men who want the opportunity or they want the bag, and that bag or that opportunity comes with that. And they just was like, well, I'm just trying to get this opportunity or this bag.
This is why I keep trying to say it. I mean, maybe you more man than me if you could kiss a man and then be fine with that.
Right.
And then still go back. Maybe you more. Maybe that's where I'm at. Nope, I can't do it. I just can't, and it's weird. I don't like long hugs, nigga. Get off me. But my message is there's not a situation where you have to do anything, bro. Stay black, die, that's it. There's no, I was gonna miss what?
Yeah.
What was you gonna miss? There's something else later for you. Maybe it wasn't meant. God has a plan for all of us. We just either follow it or we don't. We deviated or we don't. Deviate from the plan or we don't. We get there later, but it's not gonna be like, well, shit, my plan was to be a child star. No, that's not. This plan ain't gonna for you to win at 2 years old, nigga. Then you Gerber baby, that was it, nigga. That's all you get.
So someone like Omar off the wire, who is a stone cold killer, but he plays a gay role.
Yeah.
Let's say for you, there's not a gay scene in it, but you're a gay killer. Would you be like, okay, there's
That's a pretty good question.
Yeah, there's
so I gotta touch no.
Yeah, you ain't gotta touch it, but you gotta close the door with a nigga in the bed. You close the door like, you insinuate.
I'm in the bed with him?
He in the bed and you close the door like, nigga.
He's in the bed, bro.
Maybe I didn't watch The Wire. He never kissed nobody.
No,
nothing.
he did.
Oh,
but I'm painting a different Omar.
Next question.
I'm painting a different hypothetical.
I've turned down some scripts where I read and I went, wow, this is a movie. This would be this. He laying in bed with the nigga. Nah, nigga.
So even
you're just laying in the bed. Now this is deep. So when I did Smart Guy, they came to me again. I'm like 20 to 24, 20 to 23. Anyway, I'm 20-year-old. And they were like, Omar, we got to talk to you about this script that's coming up. I was like, all right. And they're like, so listen. It's you and the smart guy. Listen. I'm like, all right, me and the smart guy, what? They're like, hear me out. So you're gonna be in class, and there's gonna be a class project that 2 people have to take home an egg. And the 2 of you guys are partners. So you take home the egg and you raise it like it's a child. But the humor is, he acts like he's the dad and you act like you're the mom. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, but we're gonna come with these scenarios. Well, when you watch it, it's hysterical. Because I don't ever have to be feminine. Obviously, I don't have to put on lipstick, I don't put on a dress, none of that. I just have to react like the mom in the scenario would react as opposed to how the dad would react. And I said, let me see the script. Right. And I read the script, and the script was funny. But it wasn't nothing where I had to do, but they were so nervous. They were just like, Omar, it's not gonna go for this shit.
Right. 20-year-old black man.
Right. but if you see it, go find the episode and you'll see it. It's very tasteful. It wasn't nothing. You got the lipstick, the dress, it's emasculating. Why? And it's confusing to our children. It's just so many things. And again, I got so many reasons why it's not for me. Most of all is I wouldn't do it justice. I would offend them more than anything. They'd be like, what the fuck?
I didn't do it. You were horrible.
You put me in this. Yeah, bitch. They'd be like, yeah. That's not how we know.
So let me ask you, you were next door to Family Matters, Urkel.
Yeah.
Was Jaleel White on them hoes?
Was he what?
Was he on them hoes?
Was he on them hoes? Yeah, man. Jaleel had the toughest time trying to break free from Urkel. Right. So he did everything he could. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that was the thing. He kept trying to prove it at some point. It was just like, And cut. All right, y'all, this is my real voice. And he was like, do the Urkel thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was tough for him. But he got paid a lot of money, so not a lot of sympathy.
Orlando Brown said that he was really mean and abusive on set. Is that a fact?
He said he was mean. And again, I was across the street.
Okay.
So I can only tell you words. I was never on. When I was on set, it was, briefly. You know what I mean? So maybe I got the experience that they got. If he was mean and abusive, it was probably him trying to shake that stereotype. You know what I mean? Trying to just be like, I'm not Urkel, you better knock it off, which I see got frustrated. No, especially when you go out in the streets, people don't see that. Try to call me radio. Hey, radio. Oh, that's when I'm about to make TMZ for real. Don't call me. AM radio. AM radio's fine. But I can turn it off because I know it wasn't him. But they call that to my brother. I saw the little clip. My brother was at a boxing match. My brother really took boxing. But listen, y'all, I'm touching. Which camera can I look into? Don't try that nigga, please. That can really fight. Anyway, so it's different when you take roles. And that really, too, that's another, like I said, I got a list of reasons why I do what I do in the lane that I do it of. Because I go out. I'm in the streets. If I do some shit that's not me and then I go out and you call, hey, and even Smart Guy was tough for a while. You that dumb boy from that movie. Hey, watch your mouth. You're not dumb and boy. Yeah, watch your mouth. Oh, shit. This is baby boy. Yeah, do that.
Why you think more dudes don't lean into the shit? Like, he could be Urkel right now. Like, if he'd have leaned into that instead of trying to beat it. Like, Robert Downey Jr. was Iron Man too.
Yeah, I think he just, no, you're right. He just, yeah.
Because he could still be, like, he could still be Urkel.
He could do a commercial. Did he really?
Yeah.
I thought he was just like, I don't want to do that shit ever again. But even with, like, some people need glasses. If you wear glasses, you should keep the motherfuckers on. He take them off and their eyes still look all weird and shit. Like, put the glasses back on. Like,
bro, he could be selling glasses right now.
Huh?
He could be selling glasses.
He could.
Bro,
the whole Urkel line. Like, you ain't gonna escape it anyway, nigga. With sale suspenders and short pants. No.
Now, you have a history of, dating co-stars.
A history? Jesus, once.
Yeah. No.
See how we do?
One time makes a history. Raven Simone comes on set. You never, nothing ever, no sparks fly there?
Weird. Raven Simone was I remember the Cosby Show, so she was just too young, and it was weird.
That's what make it weird because.
And then when she grew up, her titties was huge. So you went from baby to grandma. It's weird to me.
It's funny that you say that because
she just like a grandma.
She just did it.
I'm not trying to be mean. See, that's all they gonna get from this whole interview. Omar called her grandma. Ain't got a bitch. No, listen, Raven, you always sweet to me.
That's what she just recently did a podcast. She was like, everybody loved me, I think, because of my titties. They was just
hilarious.
So big.
Probably. But I remember her as the Cosby Show. And then I saw her on the other shit and I was like, wow, her titties got big.
So let me ask you.
She didn't dress like awesome. She dressed an oversized shirt, big,
Yeah, that's facts.
Grandma.
Shireen from, I call Shireen. AJ Johnson.
Which one?
The mother on Baby Boy.
The mother, yeah.
AJ Johnson, who was on also House Party. House Party, right?
Yes. House Party.
Wait,
she's strong
she
and shit still. Huh?
You said RIP?
No. So AJ Johnson is also the name of the brother that
the comedian. Ezel.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Johnson, the actor, mother,
Mm-hmm.
she came out on a podcast saying that she told a story about having this wild threesome.
Really?
That was the first of her. She waited till she was like 45, 50 to have this threesome.
She still look good, I can imagine.
That's my question.
Mm-hmm.
On set, this is still Shireen from House Party.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an attraction there with the mother for you coming in?
Me? I had tunnel vision on Baby Boy because I was with Angel.
Oh yeah,
and she was the baddest one. It was what it was. I gotta be careful how I speak to her now after the first interview. But she no. There was all the women look good. Tyrese Henson, she was fine too. I did a show. There's a series called Division where I played Taraji's boyfriend in that. We had seen everything. It's crazy. Look it up.
Look it up. Let me ask you, because
as it goes on.
You mentioned, you and Tyrese falling out.
Yeah.
For those, again, you spoke on it a few times, but once again, let's bring it right back.
No.
What exactly was the falling out about?
I think that the falling out.
Who patched it up? Like you or him? Who brought it back?
Time brought it back. me being my own man and having my own career path, I always did television. So check it. I did these TV shows, then I did Baby Boy. But I did the movie. Now you understand, it's like doing this interview now. It's not gonna air tomorrow. It's gonna air whenever y'all finish, getting it together and then y'all put it out. We did Baby Boy in 99 in July. It didn't come out till December of the next year. In that time, as an actor, you don't just sit around. So I keep it pushing. So I booked another series. And that changed the trajectory of my career because I was signed on to series, but I got called in to read for Eminem's movie. I got called in to read for Denzel's movie. I got called in to read all these movies, but I couldn't even go read or meet with these people, even though they knew that I had this movie coming out that was phenomenal because I was locked into this thing. And then the time kind of passed. Then I got another series and I kept being that TV guy and so forth and so on. So with what's your original question?
What was the beef originally?
Oh, the beef. The beef itself, like I like to say, oh man, it's hated on me and I could have been in all these movies and all this other shit. Possibly, but what I think happened was supposed to happen. This is tough, man. It's tough because I look at what he's going through now. And I want to go, but I'm not. Y'all saw the little smirk. No. Because it's, what do you want? Well, you can have integrity, you can have a loving family, you can have this, you can have all the money in the world. They say it's harder for a rich man to get in heaven than, you know what I mean? So, God figures shit out and it all comes around full circle. So I don't want to go into it too much, but I will. So this wanted me to go to, no. The thing is, this is the beef of two young. He's coming from being a singer and he's got his own career as a singer. I'm coming from being a TV guy. I have my own career as a TV guy. But we both want to make it as movie stars. Everybody wants to be a rappers have all the money in the world, but they want to be in a movie. You know what I mean? Yes. So at this time, John was like, okay, Tupac's dad, he chooses Tyrese. I don't know how that process came about, but that's what happened. That was his guy already. He didn't have, I don't know what he did to get the part. But then he calls me and says, I need a strong actor around this dude because this is his first movie. And I saw something that you did and I need you to be in this movie. Did he give me the part? No. He gave me the script and said, I'll see you in 3 months. I'm coming off of smart guy. I'm 260 pounds at 23 years old. This nigga called me. I lost that weight in a month. Shaved my head, did some push-ups, saw that nigga in 3 months, pulled up on him and did the audition. And I was, what's up? Come on. He's like, oh, you look good, man. You look good. Look at you. I had a tank top on and hair shell. I was like, what's happening? Let's read this. And I read the role. I remember throwing chairs and going crazy and just being wild. And he was just like, interesting. Left. Didn't hear nothing for a week. Then 2 weeks. Then 3 weeks. By then I'm done. I guess I didn't get it. A month later, I get a phone call saying, guess what? You got the role. I was like, what role? Be specific. They said that John Singleton movie. I said, oh. And then it still became a process. And then we go into the other stories that I've talked to a million times on other things.
Did your brother call you and do you talk about, hey, I'm going to be in the John Singleton movie too?
Not at all. No.
Wait, what?
If there was a conversation, sure, but it wasn't nothing that moved the needle. It wasn't just like, okay, look, this is how John is. Okay, don't look him in the eye. Make sure you... No. It wasn't that deep. But again, I was locked in. I had so much to prove. I had got this role that it took me from him calling me. And again, John Singleton was a visionary. He called my mother because she manages me and said, I made one of your sons a movie star. I want to make the other one a movie star too. Give me his number. Calls me, tells me he saw me in a film that I was in for 3 seconds called Freedom Song. It was a TV movie for TNT called Freedom Song. Me and Jason Weaver was in it. It was crazy. It was about the first sit-ins in Mississippi.
Yeah.
And we go to, we sit at the lunch counter in Mississippi, and this is, we're in suit and tie, and we get arrested. And that's our goal, to get arrested. So once we get arrested, we mission accomplished, but we hope they don't kill us on the way to the thing. So it's a lot of intensity in our face. But it was a quick scene, and I was like, that's the movie you saw? And, but he's like, but here's the script. Hit the gym. I'll see you in 3 months. So then, we get this, boom, 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 boom. And then we go through all the stories where I talk about where I auditioned for the film, and I go in and, not this film, we do a rehearsal.
Yeah.
And during the rehearsal, he calls me out at the end of one of the rehearsals and was like, yeah, y'all doing pretty good. He says, some of us need to step it up, nigga. And then leaves. And I'm like, what the fuck? Then we go back to the next one and I'm fired up. I'm trying to, fight niggas. And me and Ving Rhames get to fighting and shit. He has me pinned down and shit. And I grab his forehead. Cut, nigga. Like, stop. Like, this is just a rehearsal, And, but that changed it, you know what I mean? Then I still had to get, it was a long process of me really locking in to Sweet Pea. It wasn't just let me be Sweet Pea. No. I grew up in LA. I was affiliated. I got court cases that are sealed and thrown out now for guns and all type of shit that I've been through. But I couldn't retaliate. I couldn't be that character in real life because I had shit to protect. So it was frustrating to be around that, but not be able to do that. So to get the script that said I'm the guy they call was like, hell yeah. You know what I mean? But I was talking, licking my lips and doing this and blah, blah, blah. And he was looking at me going, that's not it. That's two things I remember so crazy. Nigga, OG, Big Cat from 6-0 Crip. He said, first of all, you lick your lips too much. And I don't know what the LL is wrong with you, but gangsters don't lick their lips. And I was like, nigga, I'm dry. And he said, another thing, you're too loud. You look the part, cuz, but why are you so loud? Internalize this shit. He didn't say the word internalize. John steps in and said, what you have to do is you have to internalize that shit. And it turned from me saying, well, if I got something to say, just close your mouth. How do I talk with my mouth closed? Talk to your teeth. And now I'm over here talking about my woman, my mom for some money. Because I've internalized it so much that I can't even, God damn it. He's like, there it is. That's Sweet Pea. Action. And I was like, ooh. And that was my journey to get there. In between this, Tyrese was like, hey, let's go to my house and let's hang out and bring a sleeping bag. I'm like, the f are you talking about? We're not those type of best friends. I'm the nigga that just got out of prison with shit on his mind that's frustrated and shit. I want to be buddy with you. I want to say, get what? Because you my man. That's Sweet Pea, not the nigga at your house. See you on set tomorrow. And it was just us staring at each other and no one else. No one can witness this shit. Because like men, I give him his props. He said, I want you to come to my house. And I said, no, come to mine. And he showed up at my house and it looked just like this. And he walked in and was like, is there somewhere we can go by ourselves? But I saw the way he said it. I said, yeah, there's somewhere. Let's go, follow me. And he got in the car and we drove to what we call Rattlesnake Park in Northridge. And I drove, we stopped, and I got out, we got to walk up a little trail. It sounds like I'm talking this shit, but it's real shit. We get up there and it's a football field we used to play, but there's rattlesnakes in this hole. So anyway, so we get up there and I said, what's up? And he gets everything off his chest. So look, I'm trying to get this part. I'm trying to boom, 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 boom. I want this shit to be real. I'm like, yeah, all right. But this is what the boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so what? All right. He walks off and I walk off. And then we make that movie. We don't go buddy. All right, we good, right? That shit's cool. No. We just make the movie. I don't even know if there's beef, honestly. He's acting so good. We good. Everything was good. I'm like, this nigga's over it. We good, nigga. And then my girlfriend was Angel Conwell.
Yeah.
She's a video vixen. She's been all of the batter up, all that shit. She's been in all type of videos. If there's a video going on, they put her in it.
Thanks.
Movie's over, been over, reshoots is over, everything is over. I get a call from my girlfriend. Hey, where you at? At the crib, what's up? Oh, so you ain't at the video shoot? What video shoot? The Baby Boy movie video shoot? I said, what you talking about? They're doing a video. Nigga, I'm the video girl. All my girls is like, we at the video, bitch, where you at? I said, get the out of here. They're shooting a video shooting a video. I said, well, what's it called? It's called Baby Boy. You just a baby boy. Look at the video. Everybody in the movie is in it except
Damn.
Ann Angel. She ain't in it either. So she called me. I said, damn, so where they at in there? Now, I lived in the Valley. Y'all don't know what the Valley is. There's the LA, and then there's LA County, and then there's the Valley. We still did our shit out there, but we wasn't in the LA. All right, so I lived in Northridge. So I said, where they doing the video? Gotta be South Central. Watts. Anybody want to take a guess where they was doing that video?
The Valley?
Northridge.
Oh, right there. Oh.
Not just in the Valley. They was at Northridge Park doing the video for Baby Boy. Well, I'm in the bed chilling, like just doing this, nigga.
Outside, basically.
And I pulled up and I said, let's go. Where we going, nigga? Get in the car. And we rolled up. 4, 5 niggas, we pulled up just like a movie in a movie. I pulled up, I had the Bronco, the OJ Bronco, Eddie Bauer edition with the 20s in the back. And boom, 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 boom. I pull up in the middle of the hop out, shit, whole shit stop. Then like the court saying it, like outside there, everybody's outside, it's a park, nigga. They, and I'm walking out looking at everybody. They look just like that, everybody, y'all looking at me, they're like that. And I walk straight to the middle of that shit, and John Singleton walks over first. Hey, what's up, bo? I say, yeah, what's up, nigga? Tyrese, what's up, bo? I say, yeah, where's Snoop? Oh, he in his trailer. I go to Snoop. What's up, man? What up, guys? Want to smoke? We smoke. Whoa. I get over it. I kind of get it out with him. He's like, yeah, nigga, you don't sweat that shit. Yeah, whatever, nigga. All right, man, I'm out. And I started walking out. And then Tan went to pull up. Hey, get in the video. Throw this on. No, out here, nigga. I'm not getting the video. That's not the point. I done came. I see you. And y'all. What's worse is if I go get in the video and then they cut me out. Woo! It'd have been TMZ before they had TMZ, nigga.
Shit.
It'd have been World Star before World Star, nigga.
Shit.
So I'm like, y'all made y'all point, and then proof is in the pudding. This ain't a lie. Do the footage. Why the f else was I in the video?
Yeah.
And that's when I went, oh, like that? All right. Now, again, let God handle it. What I'm gonna do? Fight that because I wasn't in the video? Look at that.
Yeah,
No. I mean, it was a slight, but me telling it now is probably the first time many people will know about it. You know what I mean? Then it was just like, boom, y'all, if every time I talk to somebody, be like, hey, man, we want to get you on this thing, blah, 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 blah. All right, cool. How much it cost? This. All right, let me put you on the flyer. Boom. We can do a video. Pooh. They said, we got Omar Gooding coming. And then they put a song in. And guess what song they use?
We just a baby boy.
And I'm looking at the song going, they're like, post it on your feed. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, shit.
Send me the raw footage. I'll put my own song. On
For real. That's great. Now you said time has healed it, so that's a
yeah.
chance meeting.
I mean, I've seen them.
Like same premiere that y'all just kind of.
No, I mean, yeah. We did what's the award show that Steve Harvey would host? The Hoodie Awards. I came out for the Hoodie Awards. We had a good time. Like, oh, what's up, nigga? Yeah, that's good. I mean, we grown.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like I said, he called me to his house and we sat down. I think that was the first time it was just me and him, and we sat down and talked about the sequel and shit. So, after all of that, I'm looking at the sequel like, let me see how much I'm in this shit. You wrote this? But I was all through this shit. I'm like, okay, all right. He had to carry this shit. I don't want to give too much of that.
You mentioned Big Rames. You don't think he's still got? He should come back for a Baby Boy too if it was done.
I don't know. The video I saw hurt my heart, man. The last time I saw Big Rames was when we did Percentage, and he was on his P's and Q's. He taught me how to do business in the sense of how you let treat you. He stood on business. They did something with the money. That nigga went in the trailer and was like, nope.
It's called
And we waited, and he came walking out. He's like, they got it straight now. I said, okay. But yeah, I saw a video. I'm praying for him, man. I saw him in Vegas.
He's on a new Mission Impossible movie, though.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is it released yet?
No. It's coming. We saw a little piece of him in the trailer.
Good for him. I make jokes, because I do stand-up now, too. I do. I'm touring around the country, and we out here comedy tour with Charles Allen and Charlie Mack. And it's fun, man. And that just kind of happened too. That was always a fantasy of mine to do stand-up. I was like, I ain't do stand-up. I respect the hell out of these and how they do it. But my sister, April, she took a class and she learned how to build a set, which means you start with about 5 jokes, you see what works, keep one and then move on. And you just add to it and you try it out. And then you have a set of strong jokes that work. So then when you go on stage, you kind of vamp whatever it is, but you have an arsenal of strong ass jokes and then you take off. So shit, my set is crazy now. So I've been, going around, moving around. So I respect the hell out of the stand-up comedy game. So I do some, I talk about Tyrese a little bit, but I talk about Ving a little bit. But most of it's just humor because people know what it is. Most of it.
How do you choose who's going to open for you?
In stand-up?
Yeah.
Well, right now, like I said, I got 2 strong comedians that co-headline with me that are proven and battle-tested. So the 3-headed monster that we know we have a solid show that's an hour and a half. So every city we go in, we'll just reach out to, local comics and we'll give them a shot. And if they're trash, we just destroy them when we get on stage. But we usually find somebody that's pretty decent.
Now, one of your first acting gigs, and I got to speak on this because it was one of my favorite little shows, was McGruff the Crime Dog.
Hey, that was my first time ever.
Yeah, the first time ever on that's pretty big because they used to
How
play.
did you find that? That's great.
Now
man.
you mentioned it. They used to play that in schools.
Yeah,
like
say no to drugs and all that.
Yeah, say no to drugs. There, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Did that was for that to be your first situation? Do you feel like that's something that's missing now that we should be using in schools? That McGruff the crime guy, they should bring that.
That would be dope, man.
Yeah,
I like where this interview is trending towards, man.
Right,
no, that would be dope, man. I mean, right now these kids are just coming back with new slangs and new type of shit that I'm just like, where did you learn that from? Because we didn't teach that in this house, nigga. And they either hear it from their friends or something. But if they have something that they show collectively for these kids to kind of vibe off of, I think that would be dope. And it's dope to be. I can be narcissistic. It's an interview for me. To go through. I can go in front of any crowd. I can go in front of any audience, and it resonates of who I am, which is dope. I started a movement. Well, I didn't start the movement, but I joined the movement. My brother has his name is, not my brother. Apostle Marty Scott has a clothing line called His Love is Amazing. And it's about God's love, how he loves everybody, no matter what you do, what you drinking, what you did last night, whatever the case is. He loves you unconditionally like a parent does. It started because he took 17 kids to an NBA game. Where did he meet these kids? They was in court. They were in court about to get sentenced for breaking in to cars in front of the Pelicans game. So he said, I'm gonna take them inside the game and let them see what their life could be. And then it's translated from there into this clothing line. So if you're seeing this, you watch this, go to hisloveamazing.com, get you a shirt. The proceeds go towards taking a child to see a game. And, and stuff like that touches me because it's cool because when I went out there to New Orleans, I went to a homeless shelter. And I walked into this homeless shelter and it was, just grown-up, these adults, homeless, And they were like, yo, we got a celebrity want to come talk to y'all and just give you some words of encouragement and talk about this. His love is amazing. And I got up there, as soon as I got on stage, they went, radio. I said, wrong brother. I got their radio, but I respect, I listed my credits and they were like, oh yeah, that I hang with Cooper, well, So it was dope, man. I realized that it's a calling that I have, to speak to people and to touch people of all walks of life. It ain't just us. And it's, there's no judgment. What's the new one they got? Listen, but don't judge. What's the thing?
We listen, but we don't judge.
I want to try that shit so much, but I don't need it. We listen, but we don't judge. Don't judge. But I think more people need to do that. And kids, man, it's there. They have access to so much stuff now, man. We can't shield them. Like, back all day, because I said so.
What's in that phone?
And yeah. Now, I look at my son. Once he starts swiping away, I ain't looking at nothing. Knock it off. So they're exposed to a lot. So we got to talk more, man. You got to just dialogue. I was always like that too, man. I had a hard time respecting authority. You know what I mean? Especially if I out-thunk you. Like, I know the answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway. So if you don't know the answer, then you lying. You full of shit. You know what I mean? It was tough, man. But anyway, we're around.
When raising your kids, do you feel like you should keep shielding them from the struggle or let them feel a little bit
That's
of that?
the hardest, man. That's the hardest. Cause I'm one of them dads, like, you see him climbing on. It's funny because they mama just let him judge. Let him fall. He got to learn. I'll be like, no, nigga, you don't want to let him fall. Bam. Oh, now his face busted open. Mm-hmm. So it's like, now I'm just going, yeah, you want to do that, let him fall. It'll heal. He'll be all right. So that translates to this. And it's like Christmas, man. Like I watched my brother and his kids. It was like when they were young, it was just like, here's this. And they got a little older and it was like, here's this. And they're like, oh, thanks. What? Is that it? You're like, that's it, little.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when I see my kids turning that corner and they just like, oh, that's all we got? All we got. Hold on, stop it. You know what all the fuck I got? Mm-hmm. I remember opening the closet, seeing shit that I thought I was going to get. Santa my ass. Mom bought all type of shit for my cousins. I was opening shit going, what about the racetrack? Huh? Nothing. I saw some in the closet. That's what I found out about Santa and there.
Damn. Wait a minute.
He was mad as hell. Santa didn't give me the race car. It's your cousin's race car. Damn. Okay.
Damn it. Your brother,
lock the door.
For a lot of the 90s, he played the token black guy in a lot of movies.
Did he?
I want to say, yeah, I'm watching.
My brother played the token black guy in a lot of 90s movies. Who named one?
Few Good Men.
Few Good Men?
Yeah.
The fuck? There was a lot of black guys in A Few Good Men.
He was like the one. He was the one.
He testified in that. He had a great story about that.
Isn't he the token black guy in Pearl Harbor?
Token is a hard word to use, man.
Like the one black guy. The one black guy that's going to... There's
Pearl fucking Harbor. He was the nigga he was the first black man. See, It's difference between token
Okay,
and being the pioneer, the first one to do it, the revelation. And you know what I mean? You want to talk about Carl Brashears in Navy Diver.
Yeah, the Navy.
You know what I mean?
What's the name
but
of
you
that
want to call that Men of Honor.
Yeah, Men of Honor. Yeah.
But that's not the token. He was the first black Navy diver, and he wound up saving lives, and he was black. There's a lot of things that black men don't get credit for.
That's fact.
And that's the difference. Why do you think I made a diss record for Nas?
Why did you make a diss record?
Oh,
yeah,
we didn't go through this? Oh, shit, it changed. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. For Cam?
Wait a minute. I got to pour if I talk about this.
I would love to see some responses.
I got to pour. No. Listen. This is funny too.
Let's go.
So I've known. I got a good friend of mine is Bernard Edwards Jr. He goes by Focus. He works under Dr. Dre at Aftermath. Right. This last album with Snoop Dogg. Look on the credits. You see Bernard Edwards Jr. See Focus. That's my 100 grand. We going through the struggle right now, because we men are men, and we beef how we beef. But I would see him at the studio at Encore and Dre's other studio before Encore. Anyway, I give him the names is bad. And I would make music. You know, what we would do is, and that's when I met Chino XL, R.I.P. Chino XL. And we did a song called Life, which was dope. And they were like open verse. So what he would do is he would create beats, and as he creates these beats, he brings his friends or MCs that he knows that are solid, and he lets us spaz out to the beats before he turns them into Dre. So sometimes he would play these songs for Dre, you know what I mean? And the Dre, it's another long story. But anyway, so he plays these songs for Dre, and then, you know, whatever the case is. But most of the time, you know, just showcase his buddies that was playing on the music, blah, blah, blah. He'll just show the beats, and they either get sold or they don't get sold. And Nas did a record where he lists y'all little favorite word y'all using, this sellout. And he's like, sellouts in the game, like Cuba Gooding Jr. Pissed me the f*** off.
Oh, shit.
Pissed me the f*** off. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? But I'm like, nah, and I just went off, right? And I remember, no, I did, but I remember everybody in the room having the same opinion. They were like, yo, you was gassing on that shit. And it wasn't crazy. At the time, it was decent. I didn't say nothing crazy about the I didn't know. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't have the Kendrick Lamar insight on the I just was like, his name is Nas. Ugh. Like, I don't know. What the f*** is, you know what I mean? So it wasn't that deep, but he was like, Nas ain't gonna respond to that shit. He might not even heard it. He probably did. But the point is,
he heard it.
But it wouldn't have mattered to him to respond or not respond to it. It wouldn't have did nothing. He
didn't want to get
ethered. Yeah, but either way, you know. Plus, I wasn't the MC then that I am now. Just in the sense of knowledge and knowing who I am in hip hop, which since I don't have a hit record, most people don't. But now, musically, I'm confident in what I can do. My father was an entertainer and a singer and a writer. I always understood cadence. I can speak insightfully. I can take my time, or I can flip it. I grew up off like, you know, the Fushnikins and Busta Rhymes. I did a song called Homage. Homage, every time I post a video about it, it goes crazy online because people are like, oh, I know bro raps. For some reason, the algorithm on YouTube decided to share this shit with everybody. And the shit went from 2,000 views to 100,000 views because people were like, damn, what the f***, YouTube? Why y'all just not telling me this Omar gonna do da-da-da-da? Because I'm not putting in the time and effort that I guess say should be for my music. You know, somebody saying, nigga, you holding the West Coast back, nigga, because you gotta show them that these niggas out here can got bars. We ain't just spitting about just to be rapping because we can just be doing it. But I've always listened to lyrics, you know, and Pac and Big, and I listened to shit that made sense. Like, why are you making a song just to make a song? Make a song that's saying something, that's doing something. Or make a song about nothing for that specific purpose. Like, I just want to spaz out to some shit and just say, these niggas. I want a song called these niggas, and that's the purpose. But don't say these on every song on the whole album, you know what I'm saying? Make it just be specific. So, but with the Nas shit, and even I know we getting there, the Cameron shit. I think that he's an ignorant dude in the sense of ignorance, the word ignorance, to not know. I don't think he does it purposely all the time. Yeah, sometimes you know you finna say some Now you know when you finna say some when you start with no disrespect to the niggas about to say. I'm about to be disrespectful as hell. And then all these people came to his defense. Oh, nigga, he didn't mean that shit. That's just how New York niggas, and plus he ignorant. No, nigga, fuck
when he say no disrespect,
I'm about to be disrespectful in the month. That means you knew. The ignorance is out the window now. You knew you was about to say some disrespectful shit. And he knows I got bars. on the set of Percentage, I sent him some shit. And he gave the most honest response he possibly could. He heard it. And the next day on set, I said, you hear my shit? And he said, yeah. When I listened to it, I was surprised. That's honest nigga shit. I was surprised. And I knew exactly what the fuck he meant. I'm like, what you mean surprised, nigga? What you trying to say? No, I knew exactly what you meant. I was like, that's what's up. And then I called Focus, and I said, give me a beat. We had a monster. And I sent it to him, and that was that.
So
We
speaking
didn't
of
do it.
rap beefs, when it comes to like a Drake and Kendrick, does the LA in you ride or the light skin in you ride? Like which one you ride for?
Hilarious! Best question of the night. I think it said on the.
But you gotta pick a
Or
side.
does the light-skinned nigga in you ride? Oh,
You gotta pick.
I respect the out of Drake because I have one. I only have one. I got one instance where I went, damn, I am a lyricist, bro. I fuck with Eminem when he's like, you got to write your own shit, and these ghostwriters and all this shit, right? So I thought Drake was done when they exposed this is not writing all of his shit. Now I heard that he wrote these other songs and he's for Remember, and I'm like, that's very impressive and that makes sense. But the song in question, I don't remember what the song was. They said, here's the original version. It wasn't Drake. And I listened to the original version. I was like, all right, well, Drake did that shit way better than that. So I like, well, it then. If you stealing, but the original is better, that's one thing. You just light-skinned, so you win it. No, light-skinned, that nigga killed that shit. The nigga that was originally version, that shit would have never been a hit if you let that spit it. And that's why. There are people that do that for singers. They call them temp tracks. And they sing, and they give it to Aaliyah or whatever the fuck, and then she sings the hell out of it. And they go, ooh, sing that shit for whoever, and then they don't get the same flack. So, the thing about this beef is no one will admit it now. Y'all don't have to agree with me, obviously, we in the same room. No one will admit it. But there's never been a rap beef where the nigga that lost was actually winning.
Yeah, nigga.
Until he lost. I know, this was all down the middle. They'll be like, they not like us, it's a generational phenomenal. It's just insane.
Yeah.
But before that hit, and he had one right before it, we was just like, oh, this nigga Drake killed Kendrick. This is insane. Yeah. And then the nigga didn't, remember before he even responded, we were like, this is unstoppable. Yeah. And then then Kendrick came out and said, all right. And then he started, and we said, oh, and then this still had a response. And we said, damn, this Drake, what the him and his ghostwriters is kicking this ass. And then he shut it down.
Yeah.
And I think personally, my take on the beef, I probably shouldn't say this. I think he really struck a nerve. Like there's some that's like beef is beef. But yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I just think because he's got like the pop-out concert. Oh my God. Oh, and he just all of Los Angeles. Now, I am really curious. I don't know when this is gonna air, so I'm really curious at the Super Bowl. I'm really curious. Does he have a bigger man in him to go? Now listen to this. I just went to I'm a Saints fan. I follow the Saints because being born in LA, I wasn't a sports fan. Sports fan. I was a fucking entertainer. I'm talking about entertainment, 9, 10, 12. My father and mother, everybody's music. We ain't worried about sports. And my dad was all Yankees, all this because he's from New York, none of that shit. So I didn't become into sports until I had my own apartment, and then I had roommates. And what y'all watching? The Laker game. Oh, the Lakers. Oh, who are they? What? Lakers. Nigga, you watching the Lakers? No. Oh, shit, these motherfuckers are phenomenal. Then I went and got all the history on the Lakers, and I know about the first ever championships and the Minnesota, all that shit. Minneapolis, all that shit, right? But football, we didn't really have a team at that time. So I didn't become a football NFL fan until I was watching Reggie Bush when he was at USC, and he had Matt Leinart and all these motherfuckers. And then he went to the NFL, and he went to the Saints. And in 2006, I was like, yo, Saints gonna be the shit. And I've been Saints fan ever since. 2009, big party, blah, 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 blah. But I haven't been to a Saints game. First time was last weekend. I went to my first Saints game. I said, the Caesar Dome, this is beautiful. And I had a great time. We lost, of course, because we're trash right now. And then I went and bought I bought a jacket. That motherfucker had a owl on the side for OVO. And that's when it hit me how deep this shit is. I said, damn, I get it. So I'm real curious to see how this Super Bowl is going to play out. How deep is he going to go on this? He can have the band go, and we'll get it. That's it. Stop. But if he play go, oh, come on. Can you imagine if the whole wave of motherfuckers is going, A minor? He just gonna jump in the grave and just kill himself. I ain't got no.
I don't.
Mental health is real.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think they let it happen.
Yeah, he gonna sue it.
I don't think they let it happen.
They're so. I mean, especially with the Lil Wayne thing.
Yeah.
That's tough, bro. That's tough. I can't wait to see it. But do I ride? Yeah, I think. I mean, I'm about lyrics, and I think I give Drake way more credit as a lyricist than other people will, just because I know he's also a writer and he's wrote other songs that, being a writer is deep, because there's a lot of people that have money and they got chains around, they got blah, 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 because they just wrote a bunch of songs that they can't take credit for because they're the writer, and they just say, well, take this. He's also one of them. And he's got a voice and a cadence that can have him in front. And I guess somehow light skin got back in style, because I don't know when it happened. We was winning for a minute, nigga. And then when Diddy lost, I was like, oh, we back, nigga, we back. And then, Kendrick killed this, and now we back to.
Man, don't let this tell you who you light skin, bro. You a paper sack brown if you were anything.
Oh, shit.
Not paper
light
sack.
skin. Light skin. Not light, nigga, light. I'm looking at, I got my nigga.
Hey, knock it off. So we was in for so long.
How do you think Kendrick feels with that being his biggest song now? His biggest song being related to Drake. That's pretty much his back up now.
Yeah.
Like,
it's wild too. But well, he won because he won, but it's as big as it is because of who he killed.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like 50 Cent murdered Ja Rule, but it wasn't because of how big Ja Rule was.
Right, he just murdered.
He just murdered him. This murdered the that was on top forever. And we didn't really know he lost until he did that little thing over the balcony where he had the pigtails like this, and he was holding his hand and he went like that. Y'all saw that little video? Mm-hmm. Find out when I went, oh, he really lost. And I was like, maybe that's just him. But the very next day, after everybody gave him, he cut all his hair off. I was like, he is in his brain. I'm like, come on, bro. At some point, you gotta, but he got other genres he could do. He'd be the singing Drake and not the rap battle Drake. You'd be all right.
No.
And then he beats Meek Mills, and then they emasculate Meek Mills, and you're like, what kind of victory was that?
No, wait. Ja Rule was pretty big when Wangster came out.
He was, but he wasn't Drake big.
Oh yeah, no. It wasn't that. It wasn't that.
Drake crossed over.
He was like, y'all let this come in here and talk about me singing, and then y'all let this start singing.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Got him.
You're right. Oh my God.
Yeah. So
hey, but rap beef has evolved. Because at least they didn't die.
Yeah, let me ask you. Man, that's a horrible segue.
Speaking of death, okay.
Yeah, you were in New Orleans a week ago for the Saints game.
Speaking of death,
when you see, we're going there.
Yeah, hell.
When you see what they consider a terrorist attack, New Orleans.
Yeah, I don't know how you not consider it a terrorist attack.
Yeah.
Can't nobody be in their right mind do no shit like that. Go ahead.
Well, the guy who did it, there's a YouTube video going around. Yeah, he's like going around like, hey, I'm a real estate agent, and guys, I could,
I don't believe it.
I'm like, what? ISIS? What?
I don't believe it. I don't know.
Yeah, so my question is this. Because you see a Tesla truck blowing up in front of the Trump Towers in Vegas.
Yeah.
What do you say when you see like these events occurring? Yeah. This is first of the year. We're only a few hours into the new year. And this is kind of what is running the headlines. Do you look at it like, hey, baby, you see what's going on here? We need to pack our bags and leave. Or what? How do you look at it?
Nah, but where the you go? Yeah, it's funny.
South
too, when you said that, I take that part almost happened. And I text, when wife, we do the same, we send each other memes.
Yeah.
I was like, I ain't ever going out for New Year's. Like, this shit is crazy. Yeah. But even in Hawaii, those fireworks burst, they was in their home. And that shit just happened to be an accident and killed, however many people.
Yeah. But those ruled the headlines as they kind of should have.
It's tough, man. You can't live in fear. You gotta, you can only go to the one source that's true throughout all of this, and you gotta stay prayed up, bro. I mean, I'm serious. You can be fearful of everything if you really think about it. You know what I mean? My kids say, why can't I go on the internet? Why can't I have on this? There's too much on there. That's sensory overload. I think there's a time in which that you should be able to read the Bible. I used to have nightmares because my mom made me read the Bible at a young age, and I got all the way to Revelations and had nightmares. Couldn't go to sleep. Wow. I'd close my eyes and I saw just the worst shit ever and would run into her bed and she'd be like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, I can't even articulate it.
Yeah.
I know. I want to say, God did it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the beast is
Shut your head up. Right.
So
Right. So it's just, it's if you have the right frame of mind or the right mindset or the wrong mindset, you have to stay prayed up. You got to stay in a space to where you take everything the same way. You can't get overloaded or what they call it, overwhelmed, sensory overload and all that. Oh, I was so stimulated. Knock it the off.
come on.
Learn the balance. You know what I mean? Like, I love my woman, but it's I'm so overwhelmed. Take a break earlier. Go hit the, you know what I'm saying?
Few minutes.
You know what I'm saying? You wait all the way till I'm this way. Now I gotta hit the bong. I gotta go outside. I gotta this and that. Well, bitch, you took too long. Go earlier and take that break before you get there. Because I know I get there and I do. You see me look down at the ground before I even ask questions. When I get to that point in real life, I take a break.
There you go.
Learn when to take that break. Learn when to quiet yourself and listen. He'll talk to you if you listen. A lot of us just don't listen.
Lastly, Omar, I gotta ask you, during this presidential race,
I ain't never felt. No, go ahead.
I gotta get your take because you know,
It's tough, bro.
Kamala. I don't want to say she was thrown on us, but it was a shift in the way it happened when Biden is running in July, and all of a sudden now she has 100 days to win the presidency.
Yeah.
Did you see any hope in like even leading up to like the week before? Like, wow, we
Did I see any hope
for Kamala to become the first black woman president?
I knew that wasn't gonna happen. I think it was. I shouldn't say that too, because I
know. But if in your head, if your thoughts and how you know how this works. If you didn't see it, you didn't see it.
Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, you go. You know, it was like the first time he ran, and I was like, ain't no way he gonna win.
Right.
Ain't no way. Please. Oh, we about to have our first lady president. And then you kind of let that settle in. They may hate, but they sure ain't gonna let no woman be president. That's what they sure ain't gonna finna do. Now you gonna tell me a black woman president?
With 100
And
days.
she just said, oh yeah, I'm black. Well, wait. Since when is you black? And we still didn't care. We said, whatever gets us past this nigga.
Melanated skin.
Whatever gets past this nigga. And then the realisticness of it all kicked in and said, wait a minute. Biden's the president now. You're the vice president. This cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You're running now. Up now. What's going to change when you become the president as opposed to just the president? And those are just the realists.
Yeah.
Me, I just voted for Kennedy.
Oh, yeah. Robert F.
I was like,
RF.
oh, there's somebody else? I voted for Kanye. I was like, whatever. Not anybody but this.
Right.
But that's when I was just like, I was surprised at the numbers.
They say a lot of black men didn't get sex for not voting for.
Didn't get what?
Didn't get
Didn't
favors. Now I heard women held out.
You know what? Damn.
Yeah, women were holding out.
I believe that's true. Mine has been acting weird since. And it didn't have... Why is it just a black man? I voted too. I was funny too. She's like, did you vote? And my exact words, I said, she ain't gonna win. No. She said, well, you still have to vote because there's other stuff you vote for. I said, all right. And I went through the whole thing and this and that and didn't know none of nothing, but I voted for everybody that was either ethnic or... And then I said, and I swear it was weird. It was really weird. Again, by myself. And I started to go for Trump, and I went, I just can't do it. And I did Robert F. Kennedy III. I was like, I can't do it. I just can't. I can't. And we'll see. I mean, we look at like the economy. And
4
he
years.
was making a lot of money when he was in, but he just up so much that's scary. It's like we're safer with this as a president from everyone not in America.
Damn.
But we're in trouble with these others thinking they can do here. And luckily, we're in a day and age where it hasn't been, I don't know if they've been sweeping it under the rug or what. And y'all have to tell me a little bit more because y'all out here, in the South. And has it been a little crazy? It got a little bit, like I saw trucks out in Cali, but it hasn't been what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's
been all
Texas
right.
has been all right. It's been all right.
It's interesting. Because I was like, Civil War is going to be crazy, but everybody, we know ain't none of these niggas going to try nothing when he on the button. If she would have won, then we'd be in World War III guarantee right now.
I just felt like...
And him, he would have went crazy. I was more scared of what he was going. Imagine the call that, if he can make you storm the Capitol and not go to jail at all, if he lost this it would be Beirut in this, man. It would be a problem. I was more scared of that. I still couldn't vote for him, though. Go ahead.
I just feel
And
like
it still didn't matter.
she wasn't talking about nothing that nobody cared about at the current situation that the world is in. She just wasn't talking about no money. Like, everybody's hard up. Like,
She would have had a better chance if she wasn't already the vice president. She would have had a better chance because, like, you already had a chance to do all the shit you're saying you're doing. You could have did that now. And she
Right.
didn't. So it's like, how are we going to believe you now? Knock it off. Knock it off. You have a question in the back?
We got a question in the back?
Oh, you standing up? Oh, you got to stretch your legs? No, I'm just making sure you wasn't leaving.
So
No, sit back down. Sit down.
as far as what's about to happen next for you, what do you have coming up? Shows?
Yeah, man.
And thank you
So-
for speaking on the movement earlier, but what do you
Yeah.
have coming up? What's coming up for Omar Gooding?
Yeah, man. So God is good, man. There's so many things moving and grooving right now. So we got the comedy tour, which is going all around, and it's great because I love to give back, and I love to see the people that I've grown up, so to speak. Because with stand-up comedy, it's a certain demographic. It's like 30 and up. The guys going to the club, they're going to the club. But 30 and up is the people that I grew up with and that grew up with me, and they get to see me in a very natural element of doing stand-up, and I'm talking about current stuff, and I get to interact with people, so I love that. So shout out to Charlie Mack and Charles Allen for helping me start the We Out Here comedy tour. Where that's going. I'm developing a new series. Can't really talk about it, but just know it's coming because people say, we gonna get back on TV.
Is it with Disney?
No.
Okay.
Well, maybe. I'm developing it.
Okay,
So
yeah.
initially,
You have
we're
to shop.
gonna shop it. We're gonna shop it. But it's the concept, everything about it, everybody on board. Shout out to Esmel Motorberry, my writing partner, which is great. We're gonna get that done. I have a movie called News Cycle that's coming out. Look out for that. I have an album dropping. I think I'm gonna call it I'm Him, because it's one of the title tracks that's just an absolute monster. And I'm gonna make sure I send it to you this time so that y'all can get in there. And shout out to DJ M80, who's one of the major producers on this, and Keys the Mogul Ellis, who's also an unsung hero in my rap career, who's a monster, and of course Focus from Aftermath. But I got music coming, I got movies coming, I got hip hop coming. I'm doing a play too. I said I wouldn't do any more plays because the first play I did was for Snoop Dogg. And we took it around the country and then it ended. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But it should have kept going. It was a really good play. But this brother that I'm working with now, I believe in him. The script is great. And then we're gonna do that out in March. So we'll talk about that later as well. Oh, so we're at later. But follow me at Omar Gooding, man. You'll see, I keep everything posted, man. I got all my show dates and all that on there. And everybody's good, man. And my brother is excellent. He's got some things coming out.
Yeah, does he have? You said he's working on something.
Yeah, so most of us are watching TV, watching movies at home now. So when you go to Amazon.Prime, he's got his movies like number 10 right now on there. Something about angels and things. He's got that one. He's got another faith-based film that's doing. And whenever you're faced with going to jail, you find God. And right now, I'm kidding. What's that be the soundbite? What's that be the? I believe. No. I f***ed up. I'm sorry. You know I was playing. Okay. But no. But he's got some faith-based stuff, but he's also got some other stuff going. But again, I let him talk about it. I know, we didn't talk about my brother as much as I thought I was going to talk about him, but I love him to death, man.
I was gonna go again.
I know it's I think I made my point in the sense of what you're gonna get from me is my opinion and my educated guess. But if I'm not there, I can't really test to it. So
if he's called as a witness.
Say it again?
If he's called as a witness.
If he is?
Yeah, in Diddy's case, that comes up in May.
Is it May?
Yes, in May. May 25th, I think it starts.
What is he gonna say?
Yeah, I say, would you be like, we're gonna call Cuba Gooding Jr.? Like, would you, like, if you're watching this, let's say if it's televised, will you tune in or will you be like, I don't want to know?
Yeah, I want to tune in. What do you mean when I tune in? I can't wait to see this. Nigga, I got to know. I'll be like, oh, hell no. No.
Is that a move? It's real. Oh.
No, but again, even with the Diddy, I hung out with Diddy. My Diddy story is different. We were in London. We relaunched Smart Guy. Smart Guy was on the WB network, and then it was picked up by the Disney Channel. When it was picked up on the Disney Channel, that's when everybody saw it. A lot of people weren't watching WB but us. That's the We Black Network, nigga. That shit it did what it did, and it was done. Remember that racist frog? Welcome back, nigga. To the WB. Yeah. So when that ended, it went to Disney, and then Disney launched it as a whole big thing, and they sent us to London. Me and my cousin, shout out to cousin, always out in London, and we partying, blah, 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 blah. I guess we ran it. I gotta say I guess, because this is what I can tell you. Yeah. We hung out with Diddy and his people. That's all I know. I woke up the next day, nothing was wrong with me, nothing was sore, nothing. I went downstairs, the hotel that we was in, and we go to the bar, and this big walks up. And me and cousin look at this like, why are you standing so close? He's like, y'all all right? I said, yeah, what's up? He said, y'all good today, huh? We fine. You good, nigga? And he said, y'all don't remember me. He's like, should we? He said, yeah, I'm Diddy's security. Oh, Puffy. And then it kind of clicked like, oh yeah, oh, Puffy was here, that's right. And he knew what was up. He then realized, oh, you got way too drunk last night. Y'all was reckless as fuck. Y'all was doing a lot. And he was like, he wanted to hope that we were like, yeah, nigga, you still. But we was like, we don't remember, nigga. We was loaded. And then he goes, all right. For real. And he gave us a pass. He's like, well, Diddy over there, if y'all want to go say what's up. We're like, hell yeah, Diddy, what's up? And we popped bottles and whatever, and we had fun. And at the end of whatever it was,
what time did it end?
Right. For us, about 11 p.m.
A good 11
We going
p.m.
upstairs. See you later. We got our own rooms, nigga. We gonna go to our shit. You go to yours. And that was the thing, I'm seriously like, I talked to a lot of black actresses growing up and through the industry, and they'll express their frustration, and I say black actresses because the white ones don't ask my opinion. But the ones that I'm around, they just be like, what the f-? And I'm like, look, girl, you got to play along sometimes. Like Angel and a couple of other women, they were just like, hey, you want to? No, I'm good. It's like, well, that's going to hold you back.
Right.
Say yes. Say I'll go. And then when you get there to the lobby, hang out. When they say we're going upstairs, then go home. You ain't got to go all. Sometimes a brother just want to feel that you just with the hey, y'all know how to lead us on. Yeah. Y'all know how to make us feel all good and without going the whole mile. Too bad. Yeah. It's the same way with Hollywood. When a lot of these casting couches, as they say, or the cast room, they want to know that you're somebody that they want to get along with and hang out and have fun. That'll come spend the night at their house. I'm sorry, I ain't going to your house. But do that. Get right there. Just know when it's time to go home. I have no sympathy for the one that went upstairs. I don't. Then I had to go upstairs with him. Did you? Did you? You couldn't get a phone call? You couldn't get that text? Oh, but baby, next time. Love next time. Ooh, next time.
Love
and
next
then
time.
find somebody for right now.
Next time. Five times in.
Right. I could have had that. Yeah. Next time, like a nigga, I'm gonna get her one day. Here she go. Hey, boo. See, I told you that's all we need. But they think they got to go the extra mile, just like that brother that think he got to put on that dress or that lipstick or do that. It's my one chance. Yeah, there'll be plenty of chances. There'll be plenty of other nights. There'll be plenty of other hotel rooms upstairs. Just for now, I'll take you home. Unless you're ready to be that person.
Man, being famous young, we're watching Travis Hunter, right?
Oh,
yeah.
My God.
I just want to get your take on like what they're doing in a relationship or, advice you would give like a young entertainer or athlete.
It's the same advice.
Well,
and it's kind of like, it's kind of mean to say, but it's kind of like what Bow Wow's trying to say is there's plenty of fish. There's plenty of opportunities, bruh.
Right.
You know what I mean? There'll be, but you can't say that. When you're
really
young, when you all remember the first relationship, we thought that might be, this is it. We were taught different. I gotta marry her. We think this is her right now. This is her, But it's like, trust me, there'll be other hers. I don't want to hear that shit. This is my whole life. You over here, you live 12 lives trying to tell me how my one life's supposed to be right now. This is my woman. Get out of here. Sometimes you just gotta let them find out their own way.
That's what I was saying.
I wouldn't pressure him. Let him find out. As long as she ain't got a gun, he'll find out that he'll be all right. Yeah. There's too many cameras looking. I think it's better to I don't think we should warn him or try to tell him anything. Let him be. When he find out, then he'll know and he'll be stronger for it. See, I used to have a lot of people trying to tell me, this is what you should do. Bro, you want to just be this guy right now? Do this, do this, do this. And I go, nah, I want to try it my way. So I tried it my way, and now I know, okay, if it worked or if it didn't work. Trying it my way. But if I just listen to you and I'm successful, then I never know if that was the right way or not. Right. because I didn't at least give it a shot the way that I thought I should try it. And that's the conundrum, whatever. That's the problem with youth, with a young person going, I got left and I got right. If I go right, everyone's telling me not to do it, but I think I can do it. Mm-hmm. So if I go left anyway and it happens like this, I'm always going to be thinking, I know I should have went left.
And then you got a saying they made you.
Yeah, but they made me, see? I told you how to be like, I should have went this way and I don't have to worry about these. You're right.
Negligence, real quick. The movie you have, we interviewed Tristan Fazekis.
Oh, good.
Chaotic in it from Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
Clifton, everybody love Pinky.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to know, how was that shooting that experience with those guys?
No, it was great. It was during the pandemic. It was during a time where we weren't supposed to be working at all. Not the pandemic, I'm sorry, during the strike.
Oh, he said it.
Even worse.
He said it.
He said what he said.
Right.
No, it's right, man. That strike, man. It did good for us in a lot of ways. My sister was out there on them lines and I was mad at her too. I was like, get off this. Why they think it was me with a wig? Get off the line. And but then I saw some of the residuals that came from after that, and I was like, "Thank you, sis. Thank you. No, take it. Keep that. Keep the change. Keep the change. But you did that.
Yeah.
And there were other actors in there, and they might be mad at this. Sorry, nigga. The truth is out, nigga. What they gonna do? Because Hollywood doesn't care, and they don't look at the actor. They don't look at that. They look at the production. They look at the overall. Correct. You know what I mean? They don't care what this experience does to you. We want you to play the Joker. We don't care how deep it gets in your spirit, and then you wind up, we want you to play this role or that role. We don't care if it's demonic or Jeffrey Dahmer. You see that actor? Oh, and I saw him talking about it, a white guy, and he was just like, I hope y'all liked it, because this took a lot out of me. OJ took a lot out of my brother. He lost his wife right after that.
Oh, man.
They got divorced after that.
Damn, because
they asked him, well, what was in his spirit, whatever it was, all that, boom, 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 boom. So enough is enough. He was going through it, bro. You think I don't pick and choose roles, nigga?
Yeah.
I'm built different. My kids be like, why can't we watch that movie? Because it's demonic. I like scary. No, you ain't spinning your around and floating in my house, nigga. No. I'm not bringing that home. I'm not bringing that spirit home. You know what I mean? And even Baby Boy, it was tough. But it was one of those right or left. I talk about making a right or making a left. If I wasn't an actor, if I just stayed with who I was affiliated with and this and that, getting caught with guns and blah, 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 I could have went to jail and became that same very nigga. Oh, you acting? I was tapping into the I could have been if that's just how God had laid the cards out. You know what I mean? So acting in it, it was what it was. But yeah, I got into some street fights, some real street fights after that, which I shouldn't have been in because I should have around me. Say head up fade is different when you got, we got to protect him. But when you just did a movie, head up fade, no, let me get this fade.
Come on.
And I took the fade, yeah. I did all right. I did all right.
Shout out your sister because, it could have been Baby Boy 2 with an AI Sweet Pea. And
exactly.
You would have had to just been like, where the money?
They did I was in Thailand when they shot, when they did the overdubs for Baby Boy. So when you see the overdubs but most people saw it in BET anyway.
Yeah.
When you watch it on BET and when he say something, and he's supposed to say, but it's like a Mexican talking. Yeah, that wasn't my voice.
Damn it. Well, with that being said, for those that want to follow you,
man, follow me on IG.
What all platforms you on?
IG at Omar Gooding, very easy to find. TikTok at Omar Miles Gooding, because Miles is my middle name. This is an OMG. Yes, it is what it is. Facebook, the Omar Gooding, man. Follow your boy. Funks with me, man. Y'all know what it is.
There you go. You got any lawsuits pending? You're okay?
I'm good. I'm good. And not now. Now this is soon as 10 years later, they be like, and he touched me inappropriately in the bar.
Oh,
like,
my
really?
God. Well, there you go.
2 elbows touched. That's not illegal.
So for those that's watching at home, chin up, nigga.
Chuck that shit up, little
Chuck
man.
that shit up, nigga. We got him on the building.
3.
We got him back. Welcome back to the Blue Couch. Another illustrious interview. You got to say it, Omar Gooding. You are a real life street star. Let go.
Shout out Reallyfe street stars. Move. Hey.